cutting edge. We're there with you on next Wednesday. So, Wednesday, January. You realize that the year so done? Yeah, the year so done, man. Believe you me. But we look for where we're going in America now, and to them, I just have reflect on it and I say, I don't really know why people would have want. Well, I kind of know why people that want to run go America still. But believe you me, at this given time, the other man grass look like it want weed out. Because you know, say the other man grass always look green until you go over there you realize you appear bush. And then now you start to feel away. So I don't know, all who never did a runway already, I mean, I think say it make no sense you run away again. You have to just stay and struggle it out. Or if you want to go Africa, you better go Africa. Because you see the America thing they know, the problem with it, you know, is that if you take, you know, them say you have to take sleep and mark that. If you look at history, because history they have to guide you, you know. History not just something you just study and left it gone, you know. History is what make we there at this juncture right now. History. The reason why we are here right now is because of history. So history is not something we're gone. You know, see, history not gone. As we speak, history is being made. Now, if we take sleep and mark that, we'll realize America wasn't the only superpower that you had in history. European superpower. When we say European superpower, we are quite aware that America is not for Europe, but it's Europeans control it right now. But if we look at the history of a place named Greece, and we see the turmoil right now, we take all of Greece in terms of the monetary system and them IMF problems and all them things there. One would have never know, say, Greece was once like America in the world. Because the language, just like how you have the English language, in what we call now, is the main language of the Western world. There was a time when Greek was the main language of the Western world. As a matter of fact, most of the, well, all of, not even most, all of the Bible, New Testament, what them call New Testament, and part of the so-called Old Testament was first written in Greek. Greek was the language that was spoken widely by the educated. Serious thing. So Greek reached a stage where Greek fall. And Rome come and dominate the whole thing. And for those of you who study and read, you should go and read a book named, or even listen to the audio book. I would prefer to listen to the audio book still, namely Fall of the Roman Empire. The fall of the Roman Empire, how Rome dominated the Western world, and then it become like a sad state of affair. Rome. And then you have England, Great Britain, them call it. And Great Britain, the English spread themselves into the Americas, as they are called, the America, because where we live now is the Americas, you know. Yeah, it's not the United States of America, but it is the Americas. And the British went into the so-called America, we now call United States of America, and devastate the land, slaughter the so-called Native American on Turtle Island, and take it over. And then a set of white people come and push back the British, the Protestants. You know, the Protestants, them are run from religious persecution and end up in America too. And then you have the Pilgrims. And you have the war between the British. Well, it's white people that kill white people, but them don't want to make it look that way there. And them chase the British away and have autonomy to lead themselves and break away from England and call themselves Republic. And then now you have the United States of America. But why we are telling you that is to tell you, say, empires come and empires go. And even though it look that way, because we in the present day, it might not look like anything can happen based upon how America set themselves, media-wise, culture-wise, and dominant-wise. It doesn't look like America will be there forever. And you hear Obama talk, and you hear the other white people them talk, and it make it sound like America is the greatest country on earth. You know, actors sit down on the television and they never tell them America is the greatest country on earth. The only reason why I can't play that, and you know, so I go and edit it. The only reason why I don't play that thing then is because the brother talk some language on it. But the brother show him is American, and he must say America is a great country on earth. And he started to show them all the different aspects. Social, political, economical, and show them say, who say America is the greatest country on earth? But that is something where them keep pushing inside of you to make you sip it. And then them tell you, out of many, one. Out of many, one is not a Jamaican slogan, you know. It was taken from America. Out of many, one. That was something from America. I don't know how these people who farm up the so-called independence thing come with this out of many one people, like say, them original. It's a cover version of American motto. So now we look on America now and we say we are going politically. And we see them a try fight terrorism. And we are trying to find out which part of terrorism there. Because now we see them say Al-Qaeda is showing its head again in Pakistan and in Afghanistan. This is a place where them run out the Al-Qaeda people, them and the Taliban. And now the Taliban, them seem to be dominating and taking over such a large portion of Afghanistan. Again, it's a terrible thing for the Americans. So we don't know how it going to pen out this, but we know, say, you push a dog around for so long, one day that dog will turn and bite you. And right now, it would appear the saying that, oh, are the mighty fallen in battle? Oh, are the mighty fallen? All animals are equal, but some are more equal than others. Animal Farm book, literature, where we learn in our school. So we really take sleep and mark that. And we are say, it might look away now, even when we talk. People might say we love talk about Africa, so I know see people this and black people can't unite and black people can't do this. It's foolishness. Because meanwhile we talk about black people can't unite and nothing now go on. White people is heading for Africa, Chinese is heading for Africa. And we give up Africa. Well, not we, but a lot of Jamaican people don't want you tell them not born in Africa. Because them say, where you want to go Africa for? You know, see people that kill people in Africa. Them not see the killing we are going in as Syria, you know. Say brown man a kill brown man. Them not see that, you know. Them not say, oh, white people that kill white people in Europe. Them not see them thing there, you know. But black people, them say, black people can't unite, you know. Black people don't fight against black people, so. The biggest war them in the world was fought between white people and white people. World War I, World War II. When the French and the English used to fight on the seas, when them have days of pirates. It's that the black people that involved in them pirate ship there, you know. It's British and French ships, Portuguese ship. White people kill white people more than black people kill black people. This is a truth. It might look that way then now, because we live in this era. But if you look on the millions of people were killed in World War II and World War I, and it was Russia, Italy, France, Germany, England, all of these countries, Europe, and them say it's a world war, you know. Terrible thing that, you know. When Europe killing Europeans is a world war, you know. I saw them do it. When Africans kill Africa, it's a tribal war. Tribal war sound more vicious and savage. More like, people. Like you have tribal rather than nation. Tribal sound like it's not organized and structured. So you have the tribes of Africa, but you have the nations of Europe. So when the nations of Europe kill off the nations of Europe, you don't call it tribal war. When the English was bombing Germany, and when Germany was enslaving white people in Europe, them not call it tribal war. It's a terrible thing. The imagery that is presented to us, it would appear that as some savages in Africa and some structured people in Europe, Europeans kill Europeans in history. When you look on history, historically, Europeans have killed Europeans long time. And when I put, like say, African killing is not terrible, but we just say the way it is sold to us. You never know, say, if you never study all World War II, you now look on it like it's tribalism in Europe. The only place tribal war fight is in Africa. Terrible thing.
Like, is your fashion refined? Rock top brands, trendy styles, best quality. Call 510.
And I refer as well that talk about the idea of America right now, and we as African people in this part of the world, and Africa itself, or we look on Africa, we view Africa. When people talk about, we not stop talking about Africa on our program, If we stop talking about Africa on our program, I better we go just come off of the radio. You understand? I don't know serious thing. We have nothing else to talk about. And when I don't talk about Africa during Black History Month neither. The whole of every month in a panel program, you have Black History Month. So here we are saying now. Africa, they're on the cusp of a renaissance. It's like a renaissance happening in Africa. But we now really get it out here so fully because the media is not geared towards Africa. If you notice, you hear man talk about American music. American music is not world music. I mean, one would love to be on the Billboard charts because they make a music and it's a pop music, but you have more people in Africa than in America. One country alone, I mean, Nigeria have 170 million people. That is more than half of the population of America, the United States of America. The population of the United States of America is 300 and little bit. 300 million people. Nigeria alone have more than half of the population of America. And when you say a million records in Nigeria, it's like you don't even go up on the charts. It's a terrible thing. But we don't look towards that. There are more movies being made in Nigeria than in Hollywood. Not to mention all India. There's more movies made in India and Nigeria than in Hollywood. But the only time we see some little thing about Nigeria is the little soap opera them up on television. And the funniest thing, we see the people them start watch are the Indian soap opera them and the Nigerian, the African soap opera them on the TV. You have people now can't left it out because it looks so different to them. You know see it, and it almost like it connects to them too. The same Indian soap opera them will say everybody a rush because see middle night, bright day. All help them stop doing them and go and go watch it. Same way with the little South African soap opera them, Nigerian soap opera them. Would I never believe say these what you call entities is so big and large in Africa because Africa seem to be on the back burner of news report unless it's something happen there. If you say, boy, you want to say in a Rwanda or in a Uganda or in a Sierra Leone disease flood out the place. How come all of a sudden you know nothing more about Ebola again? Not one drop, not at a iota about Ebola. The other day, a pure Ebola is like Ebola going to reach a Jamaica and kill off Jamaican people. Only better than Africa. Most of them damn fool is about Africa. See the Ebola, this and that. We go right, hey, watch out. Oh, I tell you, boy, them terrible, you know. Them terrible. There's something that is happening right now. I mean, I tell the people them this. There's something that is happening right now as it relates to Africa that we is missing. Just like how you know talk about Jamaica missed the boat when it come on to the ganja thing. That is the least to where we are missed when it come on to the Africa thing. Because everybody know. We talk about fashion. Hey, me see some people that wears a cloth, you know, them in a Ghana, them call it Angelina. There was a time when I go on the tourist market, when you come down the North Coast there, it's on the tourists used to buy them kind of dashiki color cloth. Every Indian store you're going to see this dashiki cloth. The dashiki them, and tourists love buy them. Now, the other day we got, me and Tony go to Ghana, every youth, and we are talking about, if you want to talk about Uptown youth, them there them party, I got them a van. And when me look, me I say, but wait, it's a thing. And my lady said, look here, you said that you go back into Africa, we want you to get some of that cloth because that is the next big thing. Now me see everybody in it, Angelina. By yards and yards in Africa there and come forward there and say, all right. When you look on the screen, you know, when you look on certain magazine and look on your internet, you know, with fashion design, them a draw from Africa. The fashion and the culture, it a draw from Africa. More and more and more. And it a seep in subtly, it a get involved with the Western mindset. And then not to mention now the Rasta vibration. Because big international, according to what I am told and what I am seeing now, people like Tamil figure now get into the act of the red, gold and green. You know, see, them have a line of clothes now where those Rasta looking colors and all these things. I mean, I understand how we love miss boat. So the only boat you never miss is the slave ship. Look like someone we anxious for stay upon the same slave ship so much. It's a terrible thing. Terrible, terrible thing. So we have to lose the chains from off our foot and lose the chains from off our brains. But the worst chain is when it's upon your brain, you know, because sometimes you can't see the chain upon your brain. When our ancestors saw the chain on them foot, them could have take chisel and lick it off and run away. Underground, railroad. Now, the chain upon our brain, and when we see it as no chain, we get complacent. So we want to turn to African fundamentalism. Fellow men of the Negro race, greetings. These are the words of Marcus Garvey. The time has come, and I'm going to use the same word where Marcus Garvey used Negro, and I'm going to change what I'm saying. The time has come for the Negro to forget and cast behind him his hero worship and adoration of other races, and to start our immediately to create and emulate heroes of his own. We must canonize our own saints, create our own martyrs, and elevate to positions of fame and honor black men and women who have made their distinct contributions to our racial history. Sojourner Truth is worthy of the place of sainthood. See, just like how them have Joan of Arc, Crispus Attucks, and George William Gordon are entitled to the halo of martyrdom with no less glory than that of the martyrs of any other race. Twice and overture, brilliancy as a soldier and statesman are outshone that of Cromwell, Napoleon and Washington. Hence he is entitled to the highest place as a hero among men. Africa has produced countless numbers of men and women in war and in peace, whose luster and bravery outshine that of any other people, then why not see good and perfection in ourselves? Marcus Mosiah Garvey pleading to black people, take down the white Jesus off of your, hey, you know, in the 90s, you know, when Mr. Young did there. I don't remember, I think Cabo did Ghana, Africa, and she asked me for sitting on the program. Sunday morning, me up on the radio, and me I say, I want to take down the white Jesus off on the wall. I better put up Bob Marley on the wall. Right, it out, me forgot to say that. The amount of phone call Mr. Young get. The amount of phone call Mr. Young get. So all my this boy on the radio that Sunday morning that talk about must put up Bob Marley picture upon that to show how black people see. I hear one now. Mr. Young is a half China man, you know. Mr. Young will tell me he have 2 reparation money to get. One from the black and one from the China them. Him say look at our motor. You see, as long as you don't put no hole in our pocket, just do your thing. Just do your thing. As long as you don't put from them time until now 20 years, I don't put no hole in nobody pocket up to now. As a matter of fact, I think I've tighten up the pocket and make it feel more. You understand? So you know what I know. We idolize. One of the things them why we saw way back is because we keep idolizing other people. And most of the time when we idolize other people is the people them who did oppress we. From them time down until now and still are oppressed we. We idolize them. That's a serious thing. We must inspire a literature and promulgate a doctrine of our own without any apology to the powers that be. I can read that again, you know. It's Marcus Garvey words we are reading now. We must inspire a literature and promulgate a doctrine of our own without any apology to the powers that be. The right is ours and God's. Let contrary sentiment and cross opinions go to the winds. Opposition to race independence is the weapon of the enemy to defeat the hopes of an unfortunate people. We are entitled to our own opinions and not obligated to or bound by the opinion of others. I think Marcus Garvey easy. So you know, you see the freedom opinion now. We always say them logics where we always are use to define ourselves. It's like beauty. The logics of beauty is embedded in us to say that it have to look like a European way to say it beautiful. You understand? So when we look at some magazine, we show some African and them put a disc in their mouth to stretch it. And in other nation there, the woman them love it. And the man them the woman in Ethiopia them have disc where them put it on them ears and make them ears the ears hole so big that them keep putting disc in it. The more it stretch the bigger the disc them put in it in Ethiopia. And them stretch it and stretch it and stretch it. You have people who do things with them skin. In Africa, the woman them do things with them, all sort of thing. And people from the West here see that kind of terrible. White people go there, take pictures of it, and make magazine and books. The aesthetics of Africa and all these things. We know, we look on television, see Kim Kardashian. How the hell we get that way there? I mean, we look at Kim Kardashian to decide how we must look. We look on television, where most of the television is geared towards them culture, for them idea and perception of beauty. And we as black people look on that and decide, say, our woman no look good because she don't look like the white woman with the on television. And guess what now? Most of the white woman them not try to look like black woman. You know, so the madness. Them are things in their lip to make it look bigger, thicker. And them are put things at them bottom now to make it look like the South African them woman. Meanwhile, we see, you say if them not use thick lip as a beauty, we not see our lip as beauty. You see if them not say cock out bottom a beauty, we not say cock out bottom a beauty. Just like how them now make we start wear tear up clothes. How the hell black people who never used to walk up and down in a tear up clothes. Tear up clothes become a fashion now. Jeans become tear up jeans become a fashion. White people make black people wear tear up clothes on the road as a fashion. And we have so much of that in our closet and we never yet want to walk out of the road. You know the problem, you know the thing with it now? The thing with it, you know. Just like all the bleaching thing. White people make we bleach because white people don't make we bleach. It's we are look on white people and feel say the beauty of white people and them complexion come from the clearness of them skin. So we now start to do that too. We using their logics and feed them opinion of themselves, rub off to we that we know start to misrepresent ourselves. So when we see our black woman, that's why sometimes I love some ghetto man or them go out, believe you me, even though they're brawling, you know. Sometimes some ghetto man have some clothes and them belly gone out so, and really and truly, the only reason why they don't look good at the clothes them have on, you know. I know that them not look good, you know. I know we call them big and fat and them belly big, why them not look good, you know. It's because the clothes them have on don't fit how them look. And them can get clothes to fit how them look and look beautiful. But them in some European clothes, some little cheap clothes where it's supposed to be America, but it's made in China because it's cheaper. Look like some clothes were supposed to, like some Christian Dior or Tamil figure clothes, and the real thing. And the woman them belly gone out there so in this clothes where a white people supposed to have on, but them not recognize it. Look here, only don't look good tonight. When Kim Kardashian have it on, she look good tonight. Only don't look good tonight because it's not clothes for no. Simple. We don't allow ourselves to love ourselves. We allow other people to decide how we must look. So if white people say, tear up clothes today, everybody not tear up clothes. If white people put color in them ear, we go buy wig with the color in our ear. We don't have the ear, you know. Just like how them have black people, I use hot comb and I press down them ear to get out the kink out tight. That is what you call defining yourself to a next person's eyes. That is a psychological madness. You know, the lady, Criswell sing the other day, Francis Criswell sing, and she have a theory about balls, games, that white people, according to Criswell sing, create some games that show them impotency. See, my Jackie, if I hear me say that to her, I in prison. All right. Them create some game for show them impotence and them white supremacist racism. And where Chris Wilson say a game like pool, where them play pool, you have these colored balls on the table. As far as you play pool, billiards, you play billiards? You don't play, but you see play though. Alright, them have some colored ball on the table, you see? And them have one black ball and one white ball. And if you sink the white ball, you lose. If you sink the white ball, you lose.
True. Yeah.
Chris Wilson said that is racism in its own. It's kind of subliminal racism. Where the white ball must be on top. All the other ball them can't go in at the hole. But the white ball must be on top. And she said no. She said, if you notice the game them where white people manipulate, it's some game with some little stick between them leg and some little ball.
Yes.
That the majority of game that you see white people is at control. Them have a little stick. Them invent it, you know. Them invent games with a little stick where them hold between them leg and eat some little ball. You think that's easy? Chris will say, the ISIS paper. Cricket is one such game where them invent with a little stick between them leg. Golf is one such game with a little stick, a finer stick too. And you see the more them go up the ladder of opulence, is the slimmer the stick get. I don't be a say it, you know, it's Chris will sing. Chris will sing. This is a theory of white supremacy. It's a theory, child. It don't necessarily go so, because it's a theory, but she feels, she right by saying, because she observe it. She observes, say, a game like golf, them invent this game with a little stick, and you have to hold the stick between your leg, to lick this little ball. And the more the game go up in the upper land, it's the smaller the ball and the spider the stick go. So now you have this bat. It's a phallic symbol, you know. Between your leg. And them have a little ball, them have throw at one another. And you have to lick with the ball, you can't make the ball lick the wicket them.
I'll lick you.
I'll lick you, you know. You salt. And then you have other games too, other games. Like here where Chris Wilson say now, if we notice the game them with the big ball, it's black people run them game there. Football, basketball. So the brown ball them, the big brown ball, these games is where black people manipulate. The brown ball them, the big brown ball, these games is where black people manipulate. What I laugh. I don't be saying that Chris will attack her theory, that theory which she have. See, and she pushed that theory for sure, or racist. The thing is, one of the things I observed too, when I talk about the world, when black people, when white people are kill white people in Europe, them says a world war. Now, the arrogance of them is that America have a thing them the World Series. I don't get them involved in it.
Yes, true. World champion.
They them have a World Series, World Championship, world, you know.
Yeah.
And it's only America alone in it, you know. You can't say how them use the idea, their ideas, to manipulate the world. Because when them get you involved in these ideas, if you go outside it, it come like you not have no sense. Like if you question, is a World Series and only America alone in the World Series? Say, it's a world war and it's them that fight on another. It's not a world war that. Them get other people involved for them war. And most of the war with them fight was fighting in Africa. It's them cause the fight, start the war in Africa. And run when I say, me never touch him. Look where Leopold do in the Congo. Look what Leopold do in the Congo. Look what the French them do in Rwanda. And if white people now, if black people start to react to those things, you say, boy, them savage and wicked and cruel. Look what them are doing, look what them are doing. But the problem with black people is that black people learn to kill black people. Black people learn to kill black people. And them teach, them lesson is start very well in them school. So all when them pull back, when the white supremacists them pull back, you know, that philosophy still linger in our so-called leaders' intention. Because the book when them read is of European ways and European logics. Just like how when them read the Bible come with a certain European logics. And you have seminaries and you have theological college that people go to for justify the European logics of spirituality, of religion. That you know must go to a theological college to explain why is it that the Bible is inspired by some invisible force and not human being. And we take it that way. And you can't put it to a normal black person say, but you know, she say it's something them instill in our way to make we actually believe that. And I say, Muta, what you talk about? That's where you get them foolishness from. It's a terrible thing. The world today is indebted to us for the benefits of civilization. They stole our arts and science from Africa. Then why should we be ashamed of ourselves? Their modern improvements are but duplicate of a grander civilization that we reflected thousands of years ago, without the advantage of what is buried and still isn't to be restructured and reintroduced by the intelligence of our generation and our prosperity. Why should we be discouraged because somebody laugh at us today? Who to tell what tomorrow will bring forth? Did they not laugh at Moses, Christ, and Muhammad? Was there not a Carthage, Greece, and Rome? We see and have changes every day. So pray, work, be steadfast, and be not dismayed. Marcus Garvey, let no voice, and this is very important, let no voice but your own speak to you from the depths. Let no influence but your own cause you in time of peace and time of war. Hear all, but attend only to that which concerns you. So can we read that again? Let no influence but your own raise you in time of peace and time of war. Hear all, but attend only to that which concerns you. Your first intelligence shall be to your God. Your first intelligence shall be your first allegiance, shall be to your God. Most of us don't have a God that we can't say it's our God, you know. Because the God we pray to was fashioned and designed by the same man who enslaved you. Your first allegiance shall be to your God, then to your family, race, and country. Remember always that the Jew in his political and economical urge is always first a Jew. I can read that again. Remember always that the Jew in his political and economic urge is always first a Jew. The white man is first a white man under all circumstances. And you can do no less than being first and always an African. And then all else will take care of itself. Let no one inoculate you for their own conveniences. There is no humanity before that which starts with yourself. Charity begins at home. First to thyself be true, and thou canst not then be false to any man. There is no humanity before that which starts with yourself. Charity begins at home. First to thyself be true, and thou canst not then be false to any man. May I tell you, Marcus Garvey, the first national hero of Jamaica, our first national hero. And when we read this, we read it with a passion, because we know say a whole heap of people a week last week, the Virgin called and I said somebody writing on paper said Marcus Garvey is a racist. No, a week before, said Marcus Garvey a racist. And we realized black people especially don't understand the difference between being a racist and being racial. And we go through that definition already for sure you. Racism and the philosophy that all one race superior, which is racism, and how if you don't have the power to decide a man's political, social, cultural well-being, if you don't have the power to decide that, then racism don't come into the argument. The only real racism comes into the argument if because you look upon me as a black person and you white and you don't like me, and when you don't like me because me black, you know use the powers that you have to suppress and oppress me because my color different from you. That is racism. And if I say something racial, it don't mean that I'm a racist. We have to keep saying this thing over and over, you know, because it's terrible. And Marcus Garvey said too, you know, Marcus Garvey said, why am I to keep saying the same thing over to black people? And then realize the propaganda is a serious thing. Because you keep saying something, sometimes they will get it. We are say racial and racism is not the same thing. When Marcus Garvey said he is racially inclined, it don't mean him is a racist. Racism comes with power. Black people as a group don't have the power to decide white people economical, social, and political order. We do have that power. And we're not going to go, white people, black people don't have even the innate mindset for use power economically, socially, and politically, and religiously over a next group of people, because history don't show with that. And we have to take sleep and mark that. History don't show we say black people rise up against a next group of people because of them color. Because them is of a different race. As a group of people, we don't use our power because we don't have it neither for rise up against somebody for deal with it. But we always find ourselves in that situation where people rise up against black people because of them color. And because you're black, them use them power for oppress you. That is racism. That is racism. And if I look on a man and say, why you're so white, I don't like you. That's not racism. That is not racism. That is a racial slur there. That is being racial. You say, why you're prejudiced. Yeah, people is prejudice. Yeah. I've said before, God is prejudice. God don't like flat-nosed people. Like Brian. Yeah, that's a terrible thing. You laugh, you think a joke, you make it in the Bible. It's not the Bible that God don't like flat-nosed people. We don't know who write them things there, you know. We don't know. And I'm sure it's the right of the Bible way. Terrible. Terrible. I never tell you about how God write it, you know. They have them, all right. So, we want to come up on that, but we want to tackle this thing out. I just tell my brethren, say, what them call Wormington. Wormington get him out of trouble again. Wormington seems like him just love get. Wormington is one of the most. It come like him used to live in a tenement yard last week and the week before, because Wormington just him talk the thing anyway. Imagine Wormington. I gonna look on Lisa Anna and say she had Jezebel and witch. Brian, never hear about it?
I see it.
You see it? You have the clip?
No, but I see it.
Me tell her I must get the clip. No, Wormington. I want to laugh. I know Wormington. What's your name? Wormington. Warm. Watch out, me a Jamaican. You understand? We are Jamaican. It sounds like Wormington to me. All right, you know. Wormington face, you know, Rasta.
Great, man.
Wormington say Lisa Anna a Jezebel, Rasta. All right, me have a different twist to this thing, you know, because do your people read the Bible? I mean, all right, for instance, you know, say what people say, Mary of Magdala, Mary Magdalene, is a prostitute. No, when in the Bible, it is she's a prostitute, you know. But you see the people them who are write it in relationship to the man, because the man, according to the Bible, I find interest in her because she's a society woman, and them find interest in her. Them kind of get jealous and start to spread their way for propaganda about her, say, she a whore and all them something there. All right. I can tell you something about Jezebel. And we are taking from the perspective, we are looking at it from the perspective that we not take up for no side. We not take up for the Jewish side who write the story about her. And we not take about the Phoenician side who she's from Phoenicia. She's a Phoenician woman. All right. I can tell you something. Why them say Jezebel? Why Jezebel have all these terrible things come down upon her? One, most of the people them who know about Jezebel read it from the perspective of Jewish culture. The Jewish writer. So I could say Jezebel did really live for true. I could say Jezebel did live. Jezebel was not a Jew. But the man who she married to was a Jew. Ahab. Yeah, according to the Bible, this woman is like a woman now, I can't see how I want to put it now. It's like a Jehovah's Witness. And a Rasta. I could say no, I could say put it that way then now. Forget it normal. According to Bible. According to Bible, Jezebel was not a Jew. So she have a different God. She worship a different God, you know. She come from a different place. She's not a Jewish woman. She don't know nothing about Jewish culture. But she see Jewish culture as something that is anti-fair culture. Just like how the Jew them say fair culture, fair religion, anti-Jewish culture. And as I say, it's the dominant power going to decide the outcome of the story. All the while, when the dominant power write the story, when the hunter write the story, him is a hunter. But if the lion would write his own story, you'd hear say the hunter is a beast because I'm coming at the domain of the lion to kill the lion. When the lion kill the lion is a savage beast. When the hunter kill the lion, it's really a game. So depending on who writing the story, you're going to get it from the perspective. So if the oppressor write the story, he's going to write in himself in the story as a good person. And if the bad man write the story, he's going to write in the story as him being a good person. So I could look on the story according to the Bible, how the story go, and say about Jezebel now. Because most people write about Jezebel. And Jezebel is one of the worst women in the Bible. But guess what? Jezebel is the most outspoken woman in the Bible. Jezebel stand up against Elijah. No. If you read the Bible, you will see say Jezebel, a Phoenician woman, did have a god, and them call the god Baal. A B-A-L. That's how you pronounce it. Big scholars behind me. Tell me if I you pronounce it. Baal, B-A-A-L.
Wow.
Hey, you don't tell me nothing, man. Both Baal. We don't have no Baal in our
Tracy.
A Baal, man. Tracy say a Baal. A Baal Rasta. B-A-A-L. That's why don't use a Baal too.
Yeah.
See it there? Sportsman, watch yourself, you know. All right. Wait there. I'm going to tell you the story. because this guy named Wormington called this beautiful woman Jezebel, but because we inculcated and indoctrinated about Jezebel, looking from the Jewish perspective, we always see Jezebel as a terrible woman. All right. Jezebel was a Phoenician woman who worshiped a god named Baal. The Jews worship a god named Yahweh. All right, now. You have a man named Ahab who was the king. Ahab was the king now, fall in love with this foreigner woman named Jezebel. The Jewish tradition don't like when you go marry somebody outside of the nation. Just like how you hear the maroon, they must say, where you married somebody who are not maroon for. You understand? The woman, you can't marry someone. Them have the same thinking. Roman Catholic, they have the same thinking. The reason why them break away from Rome, Britain break away, the church break away from Rome and get Anglican, is because Henry VIII did try divorce one woman, them and marry the next one, and the Pope say, no, it can't go so. And them say, all right, move and go Pope. And him just go so, move, boom, and him just start that thing named Anglican Church. And from them time that till Queen Elizabeth II, none of the royal family was able to marry a Roman Catholic. You can't, up till Queen Elizabeth II, none of the royal family was allowed to marry a Roman Catholic. So that is the tribalism within the religion. Well, it's the same thing now with this thing and now with Jezebel. And you can't go to the Bible and read it, if you think a joke me I make, Kings. All right. Jezebel was a very powerful woman. Ahab was a very powerful man, but Ahab was a Jew, Jezebel was a Phoenician. Jezebel now worship a god named Baal, and the Jews them worship a god named Yahweh. Now, when Ahab married to Jezebel, it would appear that Jezebel started to influence Ahab. So it makes Ahab now start to say, but wait, we kind of see something on this Baal god here, you know. It look like there's something in a Baal god because she started to show him fear culture. And him start show her film culture. But apparently, fear cultural expression in Baal was more potent to the king, Ahab, than the Yahweh culture where Ahab did instill himself in her. So here we got now. You have a man named Elijah now. Elijah come on the scene and Elijah say, I'm mad or not mad? You know, see the woman that turned away from Yahweh and this is the God of all the gods, the man them thing, and the Phoenician woman I say, hey, what am I talking about? A Baal. So you right away see a religious war start now, you know. Who for God is the greater God? It's in the Bible, you know, and seminar said it's in the Bible. Them say, who for God is the greater God now? And them are going to prove who for God is the greater God. Because she now realize them are try move her husband away from she by separating her husband. And I say, boy, I'm going married to one little Phoenician woman. You know, so she worship pagan God and Baal and everything there. And she get vexed now, so she have a big army now, and she decides that she going to rise up her army against them, boy, they over there, so. Tribalism, you know. And them I say, it's a woman that, you know, you can't make a woman attack them here there. Because no woman never talk like she and go on like she when in the Bible according to the thing go. Alright, so here we go up now. Them are going to have a roast off, a barbecue off. Yeah, a barbecue now. She are going to gather up about 1,000 of your prophet them. Right? And them are going to meet. I wish part of them, where the place name where them are going to meet again. Somebody can call me and tell me where they meet. Anyway, it's like them are going to go on Blue Mountain. Go have a roast off. So she are going to get now about 1,000 of your prophet them. And Elijah are going to go with a couple of him, maybe 500 of him prophet them up on this hill. And them are going to say, no, all right, we're going to prove who for God more powerful. You see, if you can pray, and we're going to put piece of dog out there, or a piece of goat out there, and if you pray and make that the goat get roast and barbecue, then we're going to prove, say, who for God more powerful. She never let it, you know. So she sent her prophet them, and she rule their prophet them and pray. And the meat now roast. And them a pray and them a do all sort of thing, and nothing happen to the meat. Okay? So Elijah come now. And Elijah put on film prophet them now, and it's the same story like Moses and Nimrod and the snake them with the Pharaoh. It's like Elijah prophet them pray now and pray, and when them look to rotted, fire just come down and just roast up the chicken or roast up whatsoever them a roast, and them say, see there, Yahweh more powerful than bear. So you know them say, this wickedest woman ever. Because all of the other women them will rise up. Ruth, Deborah, when the prophet Deborah, Ruth, you name all of the women them in the Bible. They never talk to a king so yet. And she said she nah make no man. Bully her down. You could have Jewish little more, you could have Yahweh little more. Me, a Phoenician, me worship Baal, you nah capture me so and do me so. And you know what happened now? Because it's a terrible thing now, you know. God, according to the Jews them, because the Jews them are write the story, you know. God get the how much must about 1,000 of the prophet them. Capture the prophet them. And him slaughter and the Elijah them murder and slaughter every man, every Phoenician, slaughter them. And the woman hear about the slaughter because she never did it. And she decided she go wage a war. Them don't know them kind of woman there. The Jews, them, according to the Jewish story, them not use the woman a rise up against kings and prophets. So you see the man them want to write the story. The man them want to write the story, so you see this woman here. This woman here can go down in her history as one of the most wicked and terrible women. Because she never slaughtered nobody yet, you know. She didn't intend to do it still, you know. She didn't intend to do it. Because she has said, the man them, say for them God is a benevolent God, and the man them say God send them for go kill up the whole of your prophet them, and them slaughter the whole of the prophet them, all of them, never left nobody, and she never take it so. She never did that take it away there, because she has said she never come from that culture. It's like a man who force a man to turn Christian, or force a man to turn Rasta, or force a man to turn Muslim. And if you not turn Muslim, I'm going to kill you. Or if you not turn, if you're a Muslim and you're a Christian, I'm going to kill you. It's the same attitude the Jews them did have as it relates to them God. If you don't worship them God, you must die. Thou shalt have no other God before me. No other God. And anybody who have any other God, those gods must be trashed and put down. And you see the Islamic people them are follow that same old time, old testimony, Old Testament kind of story there where them the Taliban them draw down the Buddhist statue in Afghanistan. The ISIL people, them go in Iraq and tear down all the things them that is ancient Iraq art and culture will never represent Islam. Religion allow you to do that in the name of your God. And if you look on the story and have an open mind in the story, you'd have realized that this was a fight between who for religion have more power. It have nothing to do with this way you call invisible being, because neither Baal nor Yahweh was a construction of any invisible being, but it was a construction of human being. It's human being construct them, and it's human being decide the power and strength of either Baal are of Yahweh. And who writing the story, go and make for them God win. Any guy who will write the story. Because if she did write the story, fear God did win. And you would write on the issue say Elijah is a terrible and wicked man. We read out this thing out again. We're going to make my dearly beloved brethren cross the glass that we're there with we. Roger Asphalt. Good night, sir. Click him button there, make him talk. Good night, Roger.
Good night, Muta.
You're on a different level, you know. This is not sports business.
No, not at all.
All right. You see all them set up inside of the studio, you know. It come like a little nightclub. Them don't set it for real. It's like a nightclub. I don't see no pole though. Them have red light and white light and all that light. Them have no pole in here, so them not reach that stage yet. You understand? But which part you they kind of bright and I can't get up and go over there to go read no. So you know, I'm going to make Roger read something to the people. And what is it is all about? Haile Selassie and the titles that was given to Haile Selassie. Now, I don't know if people, like in the royal, like when the royalty them have a ball and so them stand up at the door and them call the person them who enter. Ladies and gentlemen, Sir Brian the Cartel, Alkaline, titles from this and that and them go down the line and you see the couple walk in. Ladies and gentlemen, Rastakura, Ras-ta-fa, and all the title them, and them come in. Well, now, me I tell you, what you're going to hear now is the titles of Haile Selassie. We're going to make as for concrete as far as read the titles and listen to these titles and tell me if this man here is not worthy to be praised. So, go ahead, brethren.
All right. So is Haile Selassie, the first King of Kings, Lord of Lords, conquering Lion of Judah, Light of this world, elect of God, Emperor of Ethiopia, Defender of the Faith, Grand Cordon of the Order of Solomon, Knight Grand Cross of the Order of Solomon, Knight of the Garter, Knight Grand Cross of the Order of the Bath, Knight Grand Cross of the Order of St. Michael and St. George, Royal Victorian Chain, Field Marshal of the British Army, Doctor of Laws, Cambridge, Doctor of Civil Laws, Oxford, Grand Cross of the Order of the Legion of Honor, France, the Order of the Annunciation, Order of Italy, Order of the Merit of the Italian Republic, the Order of the Golden Lion, Luxembourg, the Order of the Seraphins, Sweden, the Order of the Elephant, Denmark, Grand Collar of Carlos III, Spain, the Order of the Savior, Greece, the Order of Leopold, Belgium, the Order of Suvronov, USSR, the Order of St. Olaf, Norway, Order of the Star, Yugoslavia, Order of the Aztec Eagle, Mexico, Order of the Republic, First Class, Sudan, Order of San Bastian Guilherme, Brazil, Order of the Loin of the Netherlands, Holland, First Class Military Order of the White Lion, Czechoslovakia, Order of the Military Merit, Federal Republic of Germany, Ribbon of the Grand Cross of the Order of Christ, St. James and Aziz, Portugal, Honorary Doctor of Laws awarded by the following universities: Athens, Greece, Banaras, India, Moscow, USSR, Charles, Czechoslovakia, Columbia, McGill, Michigan, Howard, Georgetown, all from the USA. University of the West Indies, Jamaica. Montreal, Laval, Canada. And Honorary Doctor of Agriculture, Bonn, Germany. Those are the titles of
For
His
Haile Selassie
Majesty.
the First.
Yes.
How much title that? You count them? Count them, make me hear them there. Count them, go and count them, make me hear, man. No, serious.
No, so you have one,
Count them, man.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47.
47 different titles from different head of states. It's a serious thing. And then put him as, in Africa, the father of African unity.
He's also a founder of the Africa Cup of Nations.
As a sportsman, explain that to me.
Yes. In the early days of organized African football, Ethiopia was a big football country them time in Africa, and he helped to organize the first ever staging of the Africa Cup of Nations, what we now know as the Africa Cup of Nations, where countries like Nigeria and Ghana, Cameroon dominate now. Ethiopia in the first days
was the dominant football team.
Yes.
And then we also talk about him and Kwame Nkrumah setting up the Organization of African Unity.
Yes, yeah, the OAU them time now known as the AU.
AU, the African state, them say him is the father of African unity.
Yes, and the headquarters remains in Addis Ababa to this day. Yeah.
So I feel that man is worthy to be praised. I don't know if you're next man.
Yeah, someone said to you.
Yeah, I think so that man is worthy to be praised because he's the most photographed head of state ever. What am I say? He's the most photographed head of state ever. I think that man is worthy to be praised. When I say praise, so I'm not about worship, you know.
Yeah, because you know a lot of people gonna zoom in on that.
No, we're not the worship thing, you know. We're talking about praise. You understand? And we are say praising Haile Selassie is not something that I am going to make other people's thinking that is embedded in Europeans' opinion. Tell me, say I can praise Haile Selassie because Haile Selassie a man like me. Well, look at now. If you can't say where you call the good in your good in the next person, you're not going to see the good in you.
No, definitely.
So you have to see the good in the person, to see the good in you. You have to see the good in you, to see the good in the person. You know, see. So when we talk about Haile Selassie, it gone beyond religion. Because we are now putting the thing, the solidness of humanity and how humanity is supposed to stay in the persona and the personality of a human being.
And so respected was he that in his first visit to the United States, according to the information that you readily presented,
Yes.
As you know, when he traveled to USA the first time, he traveled by sea, from France to New York. And 7 days prior to his arrival in the United States, anticipating his arrival, as because, you know, he was seen as the number one fighter for freedom in the world. 7 days before his arrival, the U.S. government, they disbanded racial discrimination in education in anticipation of his arrival.
Of his arrival,
yes, in 1954.
Yeah.
7 days prior to when his arrival.
In the United States, the first visit him in the United States. Yes.
Right.
Yeah, so, very serious information in that book there.
Yeah,
very serious information.
Real. Yeah.
So we touch like Marcus and we touch Haile Selassie. This year is the 50th anniversary of the visit of Haile Selassie to Jamaica and the 100 years since Rastafari ascended the throne of Ethiopia and was not again called Rastafari, but Haile Selassie the first. We take on to that name more, Rastafari. Tafari mean one to be feared. Ras is a title in Ethiopia. Tafari mean one to be feared. So we say, Emperor Haile Selassie forever, and Emperor Haile Selassie is for I chapel. I don't know about the next man, you know. And I don't push no religion for nobody. But I know, say, just like Jezebel, who did have fear God, and the Jew them tell her, say, she too loud. She don't care.
Haile Selassie is the champion.
Tell you about the 50th anniversary of the visit of Haile Selassie to Jamaica. Rastafari, brethren and sisters, know this thing are very serious. Because you know, so when Jamaica 50th anniversary for independence, big things go on. But you know, say, Haile Selassie has made us as a people, Rasta people, very independent. We're so independent that we refuse to take bull from anybody who uphold and maintain the colonial masters' regime. We refuse to bow to Queen Elizabeth. We refuse to recognize the European standard of being. In the deepest realm of our consciousness, we develop a culture and an expression that is uniquely us, uniquely ours. We choose not to really mimic other things. Vanguard of the struggle for liberation for African people in this part of the world. Vanguard for reparation for African people in this part of the world. Vanguard for African people recognizing that your medicine is your food and your food must be your medicine. We don't live to eat. We eat to live. A vanguard. Yes. So we continue the journey and continue the struggle. Because we know say good must overcome evil. And no matter how much evil man create as reciprocation of good. Because good and evil is the creation of human being. There's no other creature, no other animal on earth that have good and evil represented in them being but human being. So we relate to the goodness of the human species. That animal, that creature that come out of Africa must find himself and herself in a place of understanding that will liberate and free him from Western imperialism and white supremacy. Marcus Garvey said, Africa for Africans, those at home and those abroad. He's not an African because you're born in Africa. He's African because Africa born Because Africa born in a you. And when the child give up his mother to the dogs to be eaten, then the child will go wandering hither and thither and know not where to go and become slaves to his environment and its surrounding. African people have to wake up and understand the trauma that we have been placed in and how that experience need to be dashed aside and relinquished. African people have to rise up and find them true self in history and in time. Because history decides your being now. History is not just something that you study. History is there to remind you of the things that you should do and should not do. History reminds you of things that you should do and should not do. And if you don't mark history and don't use history as your reference point, Marcus Garvey said, a people without a knowledge of them history is like a tree without root. What a tree without root is. So we have to wake up and find that root. The root is the history. Fruits don't bear upon tree that don't have no root. It have to have something there to nourish it. Eat air and water, flourish the root. We have to recognize the African being that we are as a people. We can't just go hither and thither and make people put in a clothes where it's either tight down with self, or we just stop the pores from breed, or we just can't afford it. It is not conducive to our way of life. It's not conducive to our flesh, our DNA. But we allow them to put me in it. And we are like mimicking zombies. Just moving hither and thither and know not where we are going. That's a terrible thing. The other night I stand up and watch the Abyssinians perform, and I tell you, say, in all the years I've been watching Abyssinians perform, both in Jamaica and abroad, it's the best performance I ever see them do. And if you consider and say, it's only one of the leads, one of them was there as the original lead singer. But I tell you, Abyssinians, one of the group them who project Amharic in the music. Amharic is a language, a national language of Ethiopia. The Abyssinians was responsible for projecting Amharic in the reggae music. The Amharic, Imasigan. And you know, say, they make a tune named Mabrak, Lightning. We want to play this tune by the Abyssinians. A serious tune by the Abyssinians. They'll go out there and then believe the world flat. Him believe the earth flat and it not flat. Him just believe that. So when we say Haile Selassie, we know what we are talking about. Because our senses, our human senses, and the sense that is not readily present, make we know that. You understand? I don't know. The time is 12 o'clock.
Brothers and sisters, this is join us with respect for our national anthem. Let us stand and defend this wise peace and love. Thank you. Eternal Father, bless our land. Guide us with thy mighty hand. Keep us free from evil powers. Do our life through countless hours. To our leaders, great defenders, great true wisdom from above. Justice, truth, be ours forever. Jamaica, land we love. Jamaica, 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 land we
Mr. Tar, cars, tires, batteries, lubricants and accessories at low prices. Mr. Tar has sale on Winder, Maxis, Duron and other brands. Visit Mr. Tar today in Mandeville and Montego Bay. 952-4222. Mr. Tar, take 4 for the road.
Help the next generation chase their dreams while you chase yours. Grace is giving away over $10 million during the Chase Your Dreams promotion. $5 million to the sports programs of 3 schools. $1 million per month to 3 lucky shoppers. Simply mail in or drop off 5 Grace labels for a chance to win $1 million a month. Text in the code found on specially marked Grace Top Peel and chance to win instant prizes of cash, phone credit, and free champs tickets. The more you buy, the more chances to win. Grace, bringing good taste to life. Promotion runs January 6th to March 31st. Conditions apply. See the press for details.
Hey, you girl in the tight top skirt. Hey, you girl in the...
You scoop the boy there.
That your pick.
That's you pick. You get scooped.
Good with it, you know. Come scoop with me, Courtney Max, with the WTS Breakfast Party, 9 to 10 a.m. No lame game thing.
Then clock in with me now to see my Francis. On 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. Catch the top scoop, hot scoop, and e-scoop. Great and trip left.
Then at 6:15 p.m. we link up with DJ Neil and DJ Brian
for a live performance and a bag of things from your favorite artists.
Watch it live online at irfm.net for free.
What's the scoop? WTF Hotspot.
Yes, sir. Every Saturday. Kiko.
Abyssinians, we are descendants from the African race. Our forefathers was taken away, bound in shackle and chains. But you know, we never dealt upon the shackle and chains because we know of African history. Most Jamaican people don't know nothing about African history. Because them insist to teach about slavery and drunken and limbo like me and all them things there. And I tell you nothing about your African heritage. Them tell you about Jamaican cultural expression that we develop on you so as slaves. Them not tell you about when we were free, classify and clarify and to bring across. So when the Rastaman talk, sometimes it sounds foolish and stupid. But there's a redefining and reclassification of a language that has been used to colonize the people, them consciousness over the years. Them colonize with so much with the language that it's very difficult to think outside of it. And if you continue to think inside of that language, everything else fall in place when it comes on to maintaining white supremacy. Yes, blessed.
Wagwan Muta.
Cutting edge.
Yeah, man. A King James dip on the radio, you know?
King James.
Yeah, always call me Jah, you know?
Okay, are you write the Bible? Yeah, so where you say now? Where you say now?
Boy, I say, boy, I'm told that you call me, I call Roger one time when you really I say, when I am a work for you, I tell you, say, boy, I'm here, your old man, me call me a Jah, you know? I'm like, what you reason, you know? So I say, just like how you go to a nigga and you see sunset, I say you're goal, you know, you see sun right out, say you're goal, man, right now until you left radio. Everything you play a goal, you know? Yeah, man.
Give thanks, man.
So real, man, everything we touch a goal, man, because if you read Psalm 68, verse 13, all of me fitting them a goal, you know, for as goal feather, you know? And I tell you, say, all of you, they want me say, I want be the man and lady and spice and them thing there. A goal, you know, me I say, rude boy, because I'm told that the idea, you know, me I say, yeah, know.
But I don't answer to no rude boy name still, you know.
More 9 miles there, you know. And I go up there 3 times I'm party when I time, you know. And when I come back home, every time I come back one Chatmatic follow me come back home all the way, you know. So me I say, Bob Marley I really profit because one Chatmatic always come back home with me, you know. You hear me I say, Muta?
Yeah, man, me hear you, man.
So me I say, boy, Chatmatic mean, for Bob Marley I chat everything. If me I listen to him, I say, nobody couldn't trick me, you know. Because Chatmatic mean, Bob Marley chat out everything, man. And from the chat is right and truth. From people listen to Bob Marley and can't get tricked, you know. So me I tell you, say, boy,
yeah, but we give enough talk now. We give enough talk. Believe you me. We could go to an scholar. Yeah? Give talk. Yes, here. Here.
Yeah.
You surprised,
anyway, I call him, me live in England, I mean, Jamaica for a little time. So me always want to talk to you, hear me?
Yeah, man, me I hear you, man.
Yeah, me have a jingle for your program, because I get a little brainstorm now and again. I'm in England the other day, and me have a jingle for you. I go say it and tell me if you like it, yeah?
Well, just send it, man, just send it, man.
No, let me say it live, it's not a long thing, let me just say it, just IRFM, Continent, Stepping Razor, Mutabaruka, out of Jamaica.
I hate that.
Hey.
All right, sir. It sounds good.
All right.
You should have said in a Jamaica, though.
All right, in a Jamaica, then. All right.
Yeah. All right, sir. Yeah? Send it, come give me. Send it, come give me.
Yeah. All right.
Yes. Cutting edge.
Blessed Motor.
Blessed
The bell thing that's inside. And
story out of the Bible.
Yeah, man. And it's like I say, the woman, no, she never really kill nobody or do nothing still, you know.
No, me never say she not do nothing. Me never say she not do nothing, you know. Me say she have a different culture and a different religion, and she got married Ahab, which was the king. And him automatically, you know, seem like him that go over to fear religion. And the priest them in Israel begs.
Because you are going, you know. And I really that I want to tell you, say not even that them are look pan, you know. This brother have a vineyard, you know, Motor. And this brother have a vineyard, you know, and the king say him want the vineyard, you know. And tell the brother say anything him want him, we give him. And the man say, yo, me nah give her this thing, you know, because me inherited brother. And the king I say, where I said, him go home and wouldn't eat. If I go back and read it,
all right, tell me which king?
Our husband, man.
Ahab.
Yeah, him same one, man.
Yeah.
And when she say, what I'm telling you, not eat.
and him I say, yo, you don't know, so I go to the little man, and the man I say, boy, him nah give me the vineyard, and she I say, no worry about it, man. Go and go eat your food, be deal with it. And she just send out some letter in a place to some people and make the people them tell lie upon the brother and stone him to death, say him curse God and the king.
Yeah.
So I say, and so comes the prophet now.
Elijah.
Tell her, say, the same place which part you make the man bleed out, that go lick your blood there, so. That in the Bible. You know the next thing I want to say?
No, we're not done. We're not done, man. Because you say,
all right, talk to me.
You say the thing what me say is not that why people say she we.
Yeah, like the culture. Yeah, say true. It's like you make it come off as if she's such a strong woman.
Yeah,
but
the
other side.
Yeah, because them don't use a woman to talk to them that way.
I mean, I try to tell her it's more than that, brother.
No, I never said no more than that. You know, I say she wasn't a Jew, you know. So that means she never conformed to Jewish ways and tradition.
Yes.
All right. So I have said to you now that how she become prominent is because our battle with Elijah. That is what make her become prominent, you know. Because
I make him have a runway and them things.
No, the day when them come and say, all right, now you pray and see if the thing about the sacrifice about burn. And fear priest them couldn't do nothing. And then Elijah priest, that is the main crux of the story, you know. The main crux of the story about Jezebel is that Elijah that day. And and then God now tell Elijah to kill off all of your priests them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so when all of them priests are dead now, she start to rot now. Against
but
Elijah.
I can't
do her. Tell me.
No, I can't do because I kind of like that thing the way you talk about the perspective of the writer, you know. I can't do the perspective of the writer where you teach I since night.
Yeah.
It's like them must say. It's like say the vineyard thing makes you become prominent also.
No,
makes you become wicked. But how many you really hear you mention that still in the movie?
No, watch out. This is what me say. It's part of the story me talk about, you know. Me talk about the part where how me see it in relationship to other women in the Bible. All right. It's like when you mention one part.
Yeah.
All right, me I gonna mention the part where me feel say is that part you know relate to the writer who is saying now who is this woman from this when them not in them tell them won't say pagan, but who is this woman who now I bring this God in Israel for make the king worship fear God. Them have to go find a way how to get rid of this woman and get rid of the king. Sorry, get rid of the God where she worship. So all of the things them when them place upon her, it's for sure the people them, the writer show say, this woman is not worthy to be part of history. Just like Delilah.
Yeah.
It's Delilah. There's two names in the Bible that is a no-no for woman. Delilah and Jezebel.
Yeah, man.
All right. In the story about Delilah, you know, Delilah is working a woman supposed to work, you know. It's Samson is the problem, you know. It's Samson who's supposed to be this great man, this strength of man. Make the woman ask him question in him drunken state and get him to cut off him locks.
Yeah.
So we are going to blame the woman for now. She was working in the order of a woman. All right, no. Yeah, go on, talk. What you say?
Hey, what made us say the next point you know still?
Yeah. We'll come off of Jezebel or you will talk about Jezebel still? Because Jezebel we don't talk about
that
Delilah was a side story. Delilah was a side story for sure, you say.
Yeah, man, the two of them had some, no significance right there now, man. No,
it's significant. It's significant because Jamaican use the writer story for condemn the next people them. Like Mary Magdalene. The writer who's writing the story is talking from the perspective of who control the pen, control the mind of the person who.
Yeah, man, that's all.
Yeah, all right. So we'll come after that then.
May I pass through Watchy and some other little place where them say some tourist area, some built up area.
Mm.
So I say, and me don't know it coming like I just me alone and notice this. When you go in at some of them craft marketplace, yeah, you see some prettier guy and some people from some different place and a Jamaican them the brother. And the people they know.
You mean in the craft market as well?
Yeah, man, them open that place in there. But what me I say, like, some Indian and some people now, like, them come from where them a come from, and Mr. China everywhere. So me, let's say, I carve out some bird and some duck and I use some coconut shell and make some thing we're going at the woman, them ear and some clip and, you don't know them little thing there, brother? Some rasta color and them thing there. And what we find out is that them people, they left from where them come from. And them long and them people they now can get me and you know where after we carve out them something and some bird or something now them get me and you same one for work back in the place with them. They don't make nothing,
Yeah, them just buy the thing them wholesale.
I don't know what them are doing. So may I say no. And so after now them buy this thing and so them pay me and you for and then open a business. So may I say no, oh a bridging in a place couldn't open a business in a place and then get somebody for work. Why take somebody to come from India, Japan, China, or anywhere with them two and Rasta? Them do even carry them product from for them place come in. Them come and them take what me make. And then now me have to turn around and work back for them. It's like me I try make me see it still.
So why you not work back? Why you want? Why you want
it? Yeah, understand what I say? Yeah. Instead of me, want to me who carve the thing. Want to you who carve the thing. Why you never open a place? And
but maybe you never have the money for open the place.
Maybe the help from the various agencies, them, know that me I say.
It's like the man who sing the music, he don't necessarily have the means to which to distribute the music.
Yeah, I don't want to have a music pack. The music pack.
That's the same thing, man. The artist may don't have the money for open a store for sell him art,
Yo, back in the days, man, the artist just vex and fed up, man. Because it come from the slavery thing where man just vex and fed up and just voice all too tune, everybody.
Yeah, so what you think the artist should have, what you think the craftsman should have do?
The craftsman to go open them business, man, and get to them people, them, man. People go sell what they make, man, and don't sell what me make, man.
Alright, so how am I going to open the place? Where am I going to get the...
Then you have the various...
Them, man. You don't think to them people that go to the agency, them? You don't think you think to them, some of them people that can walk in a bank and say, them want to open a craft store for sell for them craft. You think them can do that? Them have to have collateral. And poor people that talk about in a brethren.
Alright, John, it's serious in the motor.
Maybe if you talk about a collective where them come together and open something for themselves. A collective.
Serious, man.
But the man from China and the man from India, him never start like how you start, Him start up there, so you start down there, so.
Because what me I say, when you're looking at, you're going to hear some girl in there, can I help you, sir? She got food and she get subject how much this, how much that, because sell something when me carve out.
Yeah.
That you go school for, So that's why when you touch music, me I say, brother, how is it that first time when the man make all the music, the man just sit down and vex and fed up from it live thing. So I say, brother, from the 400 years and thing, and the man vex and just start lash out for something. And all of a sudden you find some people that go university and they go here, so if you go turn this and music and all kind of shit that they not write no song. And then can come and tell you which music they want to listen and which music and all kind of thing. Brother, where I tell me, say, man. You see me?
Yeah, but so you see the problem now. So what you think should have happened? I could start with them person who, you tell them should have open them own business. But all them open them own business and them don't have the necessities to open them own business, and that may ask.
What may I say, brother?
The man who craft the thing, if him, how the woman in the store get the thing where you carve? No buy, no sell him, no sell the carve man, sell it.
Yeah, but too much him give them feed, because the same man who buy that from good as can buy a shoes in the road, boy. That may I try to tell you.
But the craft man now should have figure out him life then. that and make things and now nobody will sell it to. If the Indian man...
Them not pay a little or nothing, them a pay them, man. I mean, I know that, man. Remember free labor, it a come from which part, a chain it there on the neck, you know, so them take time come now and give you a little thing in the road, but that me I try to tell you, you know.
Yeah, so...
That they say it a come from, you know.
So the man
remember say it is free.
So the man in a Fern Gully, you know. The man in a Fern Gully who a carve every day, you know. Where am I get money for open shop?
Eh?
Where am I get money for open
shop? No, him there, so him go, that's alright, that's still, because you don't know.
No, so who you talk about? The man at the craft market.
But when you go in at the craft market now, you look and you see some other thing. Because you think that the man at Fern Gully a carve for everybody in the craft market. That you try to say?
No, me not say no. Me say where he must always find him go find place to open store for sell film craft where him personally I make.
But me I say in the first place, them guys that shouldn't I use the man them thing, brother. I want to the man them out there. I want to know the agencies them that me a question.
But the man them in there sell them somebody else. Me not understand what you say. If me make a craft for me, anybody will come, me go sell them to it, sell it to them. If me get the money when me ask, so me go sell it to them.
Yeah, but what me I say, you know, is that when them buy them things from the liquor man, you know, I mean I try say to you, say, from way up me I tell you this, you know, say they might give the man liquor or nothing because the poor man go as film thing if he just make the thing them, you know. Yeah. You understand what I say? So if no proper guidance.
But he might make money and fight too.
No, I make no whole heap of money, man. You know, you say, man, some girl in there with all them much thing.
No, but when me I tell you, so why the man in the crab market now make no whole heap of money?
Then a little and nothing, they might give the man them for them thing, man.
No, they might give you, then you not tell them how much you want for it.
Mota. You know, well, me know if you know hungry thing going on road, boy. But guess what?
No, wait there. But I tell you something more, me know craft. Anywhere you're going, anywhere you go, you're going at the market. You make something. You make a carving. I say a tourist. I say, hey, you want a carving for buy? Him say, how much for it? You know what you do? You tell him the highest price.
Yeah, me know that.
You know how much price, you know how much you want for it, you know?
Yeah.
And you tell him the highest price. But when you start done back in Ethiopia, you sit down with tea for bargain with people. The man who sell the craft, get him tea and him cup and him plate and you sit down there and you bargain over some simple little thing. And you say, by the time you done, the tourists who done, by the time you don't carry down this craft, man, you feel say you get it at the price.
You get it. We know that.
But you see the craft, man, him don't get more than what him did want for the thing already because him start at the highest price.
Yes, so what you say now?
Me say chicks in trade. Me say chicks in trade, man. Chicks in trade. That me talk about.
So me I say now, where I say now, them man who come from where them come from and come now, them bargain and give them craft money a whole heap of money.
No, me not them give them a whole heap of money.
Me not reason for AD ignorance. I feel ignorance or whatever.
Me not reason from ignorance. So me just say, if the craft man sit down in the craft market and make one guy come to him and give him little and nothing for film things, then the craft man have to check himself. The crab man have to check himself. If me make something and a guy come in at the market, I mean, no, say the guy have a shop round the corner there, so now. And me say, right now, a $50 me want for that thing, you know. But really, at $20 me want for it. But me personally, I go tell him, say, a $50 me want for it. And the guy come and say, boy, I can't buy $50 to sell it back, you know. So give me that a price. Him say, then how much you want pay for it? And you go say, him go say, well, me go give you $35 fee. I said, no, me not. All right, give me 40 then. That's a bargain going on. But you can't come tell me now, say, every man who in that store there now, a Indian come to him and say, right now, $40 me want for this thing, but really and truly, if we get 20 at the price I want, and then the man come give me $5, that means something wrong with the craft man. Something wrong with the craft man. If you make the Indian
and that's something wrong. Hungry good as a go on and the only little seal they make from man into go feed you them.
But that me I show you say
so what am I do?
No, where am I gonna do? Go to the next man.
Because guess what?
Go to the
next
man.
The man look funny to the motor and he must say, yo, me make you know. So guess what? If the thing give a value of $50 then and the man give me $20 feet, the man look and say, all right then, you would have to go to school tomorrow and food if you still eat this
and
evening.
And the $20 can carry him pick to go to school, right?
so him good as I say, all right, let me just deal with it for this.
Yeah, well,
I can make back more. So it's like for ever.
No, that's not robbery. That's not robbery.
No, it's not. Me never said that. At no time, me suggest about no robbery.
Yeah.
Me not said just nothing about robbery.
Yeah, look for the next man I make after you. You must make half. Yo, you must look after when you are making yours.
Half a year own labor, brother.
Yeah, but are you responsible for your anti-mouth thing? Or you can go make a man make your craft, and every time you tell it an anti-mouth you work with. And
well, you have to remember, you have to remember, as I say, it come from nothing, from free labor. This is
let me tell you something. If me make something, and me say a $50 me want for this thing, and me get the $50 for it, and when me go in a man store, me sit and tell for $200, me no business. Me no business. Me get my $50 when me want. So if you want it for $500, fee business.
Yeah, that's a case. Yeah. They said the man should have owned him store in the place. The black man should have him store in the place. Because when you look at the different kind of people are own store in the club market.
When forget it for
and then you have to answer that already, you know. Me said you said the various agencies.
Which agency you talk about? Which agency?
Well, if you assist people in a business,
if you look for the government agents to go help you, you don't know, you sit down and diagnose your supper. Yeah, if you sit down and wait for the agency to help you, all you have to do, and as some you see doing at the whole world, tourists know that I go on, all me, you see, all right, by the time you go to Africa, me go into the market, and most of the things that me have in my house, I wear, I take Africa, me buy it, right? All right, you know me, I say no. You see me go into the market, and me say, how much a yard for that piece of cloth there? And the woman tell me the price. You know, it's a bargain start, you know. And you know the woman do. Yeah. She go out buy all orange for you. She go buy water for you. And who sit down there and you talk and you say, me nah pay that fee, you know. And she say, how much you can pay? Me say, boy, I really and true, me know say I rob me, you know. She said, no, me nah rob you. Tell me how much you can pay. You say, no, say, this me want pay. You say, me walk away. Me know that she make money. Me know that she make money off her because she nah outsell herself. Unless the Jamaican craftman are idiot. Because me know when me go to Africa, them African woman they nah give the thing and lose our fight. Nah.
No, when I say my idiot, the Jamaican craftman are idiot. We just say the thing set away which part boy coming like just a anti-mouth thing.
And we know say him should have own him things. But you know, it's the idea of owning business. We never get taught for own business, you know. We get taught for manage business.
To manage other people business.
Yeah,
and work with people.
Yeah, so we know if we go develop an entrepreneurial thinking in ourselves, say, watch out, it's like the craft market now. All right, here we go do. 6 away. Make us put some money together. You see the store in another plaza there. Make us head towards to get a store in another plaza there. And the whole of we can own it and put all our things in it and still have the craft store.
Yo, that one next twist there to that, man. That's all that man and some money start make, man. Man start chop and shut
you see
up.
You see after me find a solution, now you find the next to unsolve the solution.
Then you don't know what they say.
So what is the solution? If you have to must own the shop. And then when me say, all right, me go own the shop. Now you say, yeah, but if you go own the shop, man, I will shut up, man.
No, we are saying in other way, the way we are much man them together. All what up now, the tourist boat could even assist the man them.
No, but you are saying,
open that thing.
Yeah, but if the man them open that thing, you are saying, them are going to nyam one another.
Yeah, man, they don't know what I say.
Then where the purpose you find out? So where you want happen then? If
that
you
would be the best solution.
No, but if you are say them for open them own thing, and when me tell you say yeah, make them open them own thing, you say.
Then you know listen what me I say either. You say even the tourist board can assist them and them in a.
And when the tourist board assist them with them.
Some man have open some.
You get long time to talk, you know. You get long time to talk. Believe you.
All right, no sorry.
Yeah, blessed. Yes.
Yeah, Muta. Yeah, blessed, my brother. Yeah. Well, one question I want to ask you, Muta.
Yes, sir.
I listened to the on Herb Curb there Sunday, right?
Herb Curb. Yeah. But the hemp. But me talk about hemp.
Yeah. And one ras not sure there about the creation herb seed, right? The one that will take 6 months, the long one them, the original.
Yeah, the 9 months and 6 months, yeah.
Yeah. And him that say, I only open a sentence you can get them seed there.
A profile said that. A profile said.
A long time I look and see, me can, you know.
You can't talk to profile, man. You don't know profile? You don't know profile?
No, Muta, but they're in a country.
They're no country profile. Which country there?
Yeah, but I mean, the other side of the country.
No, man, which other side of the country there?
Me are St. Catherine.
Then St. Catherine and the fire from St. Anne, Bridget.
But me don't know which part of St. Anne to go.
So where you want me to do? You want me to give a phone number? Where you want me to do?
Yeah, if you could get a phone number, could I contact him? That would have good.
You have profile number there? Takura? You have profile number? Alright, here where you do? At IRFM down there so supposed to have profile number. Him not going to feel away if him get. So me the operator, tell the operator to figure that man a profile number. Call back the operator and you get him number, yeah?
Alright then, Muta. So I'm going to start the profile and give me the argument.
Both the seed, yeah.
Alright then, Muta. No respect, yes, sir.
Yeah, man, yes. Yeah.
Yes, Muta.
Blessed, man.
Blessed, yeah. Give thanks for information as usual.
Wait, sorry, Reggie. Sorry, I don't want to cut in for you. I'm going to give you time for talk. You know, me don't like. Alright. A man come with a reasoning to say the craftsman them a get rip off. The craftsman them must start them own business. And when you say alright, you find a way to say alright, craftsmen start them own business. Hear him say no. Yeah, but you see two little more, the two to them fight against one another. So what the purpose of suggesting said the man them a get rip off and must start them own business. If you in your back of your mind and say if them start them own business, them go fight against one another. You know, go back to square one and then say, they must go and sit down and the craft and look feed hand to mouth. Because I don't understand that logic say. They must get them own business for sidestep the Chinaman, the Indian man. But you are saying if them get them own business, they must go fight against one another. If me don't know, they must go fight against them one another. Anyway, give that ear, Bridget.
Yes.
Yeah.
See, the most important thing in knowing that talk about is where are these people get the capital from initially.
And let me ask.
Yes, and then really properly address that because a lot of people have ideas, but the bank not giving them a loan. And
time have no collateral. Them have no collateral, Bridget.
Yeah, and the biggest problem that's still.
But one of the things that me say to him is a co-op thing. A group of the man, it's like how you play. It's like how the woman them set up, what them call it, partner. A group of men in the craft market have a portion of money. Them pool them money together. And say, you see that shop there over there, so make 5 of we work towards renting that shop there over there, so. And with all the craft them we have, we can put it in there and pay rent for it and them thing there. Now, when me suggest that, it hear him to me now. They don't know, so the man never start killing another and shoot one another. They will be for do, will be for say.
So all them now handle to the Indian and the other people, them and
I don't know how we think that way because we are trying to find a solution, you know. But the solution turn out to be now shoot one another and kill one another.
Some people know a solution, they just want to complain and
it's a complaint thing him there, it's a complaint thing him there.
Yeah, man, they are always trying to complain about. That's cynical way of thinking. Yeah, I have a question for you. I mean, you touched on the history and something, and especially, I mean, beyond your program, most people in Jamaica don't get no kind of exposure to Africa, Afrocentrism or Pan-Africanism and everything like that. But you run into it, mention, so I'm going to start emphasize history because people in Jamaica don't really value history.
When them say African history, or just history, generally?
Well, history in general, and I guess my concern is how intellectually or historical factual will this history be.
Yeah, but we used to learn history at school, and I know we never use African history.
Yeah, because I don't represent. You don't know already, colonial times, Africa meant nothing to them as beyond exploitation. African history and legacy meant nothing to them. So put that to all because they never want to know that. You don't know them, they ban certain books, you couldn't buy certain books from MLK or certain people and everything like that. And you touched on Marcus Garvey, you touched on Haile Selassie, and in addition to them title of Selassie, I'm probably the only African leader with a parade in Washington, D.C. With J.F. Kennedy. But the real reason I call still is the history, especially as it relates to the national hero of Jamaica. People who them call national hero.
National hero?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Paul Bogle and all them people there.
Especially Bustamante.
No, well, we don't recognize Bustamante as a national hero because Bustamante created two of the most devastating things against Rasta in Jamaica. One, Pinnacle first, and Coral Garden after.
Right.
Yes. So.
And I'm asking to myself, me even research extensively when it comes to Bustamante, and I can't find nothing well for the people and beyond seeing personal gain, the union and anything like that.
Yeah.
And I want to hold that man's a national hero. And even as a prime minister, I don't see nothing what the man do to justify being a national hero.
Well, you're the one now. Them people that sit down and them come together and say, look here, if we're going to make Manley a hero, we have to make Buster a hero. If we're going to make Buster a hero, we have to make Manley a hero. So, true, one of them say, boy, we want Manley a hero, them say make Buster. The one say, boy, we want Buster a hero, make Manley. Them can't do it. So, no matter what them do, the two of them come from different PNP1, JLP. We can't allow. It's like Siaga and Michael Manley now. You think them could have make Siaga national hero and make Michael Manley hero? I think you can get Michael Manley national hero and make Siaga hero. That's madness.
Exactly. Exactly. I know the first thing about Bustamante was supposed to me, why the man changed the name to Bustamante. And when you read them say he was befriended by some Spanish naval guy. I mean, I wonder, how could a man ever inspire me to me change my name to that man's name? Well, and as you read the history, they need to delve into them things deeper, because them things seem fishy to me.
Well, more than fishy.
Yeah, me puzzle because me I've been in the middle for 20 odd years, and as much as me respect them, would I never change my name to them man name. And it's no disrespect to them man there. So I wonder what would I compel a guy to change their name to a next man name.
Well, you know, man, what TV and change them, tell them picnic to the picnic the name there. Right
well,
now,
it's weird to me.
Yeah, it's weird, yes. It's weird, man.
It was weird to me, and in regard to, if they don't start this history, will they really properly address Coral Garden, show how complicit Bustamante was in regard to that? And if Bustamante can be involved in Coral Garden affairs as far as marginalizing so many people, how could that man be a national hero for Jamaicans?
And Pinnacle too.
Pinnacle. You know, it's about the cooperative and them something now.
Yeah, they mashed down Pinnacle. MC1 mashed down Pinnacle, you know.
Yeah, man, because you never beef with Leonard Howell for a long time.
Yeah.
So naturally, when Rasta start rise, because Leonard Howell is associated with it, Bustamante never want nothing to do with Rastafari.
And we still don't know how Howell dead yet. Nobody can tell you how Howell dead yet, really. It's 1968. Sure. You find him in a hotel room dead. We don't know, you know. We don't know.
But imagine if Pinnacle wasn't destroyed. It would be the same cooperative.
Self-reliant.
Yeah, man, the same cooperative and all those things we speak of would have flourished in that region.
Of course, yes.
And them probably would have fight for more autonomy or whatever it is. But I think from an economic perspective, capital perspective, there was so much going on in that region.
Yeah.
And Bustamante beef with power and them things because him for us feel it was compelled for us to destroy Pinnacle despite resentment or whatever.
Yeah, man.
But we just feel like they need to revisit all of that issue we have.
Yes.
Show proper facts. And certain people who are not here, they need to demerit them.
All of them people there who select them people there coming from the same slave master perspective.
Yeah.
And I see it, slave master perspective.
I feel like most people Jamaican don't know about history and all them kind of stuff. They never care about it. They just go for the boy, then they're the national hero, and that's it.
Yeah.
And then no question. We need to revise the thing, man. As a call, a couple of years calling and ask you why Jamaica not independent versus Ghana.
Oh, the guy over there, so. Ghana don't use a governor. Ghana don't have a governor general that represent. You understand? Nigeria have a governor general that represent the Queen over there, so. And the first statement, whether symbolic or not, of independence is to release itself from the representation of the colonial, the highest colonial master you can find, and that's the Queen. Yeah. That's the first. And if you don't lego that, you can't say independent.
And back to Boston now.
Yeah.
When Manley and the other Western and Jamaica, Caribbean leaders wanted independence to form a federation.
Manley said federation, but that's independence.
You know why? Because Bustamante they kind of realized that beyond Jamaica, him influence would not expand.
Yes, yes.
And him wouldn't have influence the region, and him start spread the propaganda and all them something there.
Yeah.
And then now, when them cut the deal, Lancaster House in England, which the next funny thing, Buster Martin they haven't got Edwin Allen to represent them, and I just deal with them cut, and the figures the boy, them now going to really go full independent, them want the Queen to represent them.
To represent, yeah.
So this guy, whenever England are calling, when no one let's Google him something, I quickly find that out.
No, this guy will come because, you know why? Because him settled in England most of his life, and him can't say nothing outside of England right now. So when him hear all a man like me attack in England, because I come on the radio in England, when him hear a man like me out of my words, it vex him. Because he can't understand why me I say Jamaica and Africa, when him there is a British citizen and him alright. Understand?
Yeah, man, that's true, man. Them British passport, but idea and British currency and anything, and they're perfectly okay with it.
Yeah, man, I say, boy, them want back the pound. Man, I say, but better, most Jamaican believe that the Queen is a better stand for them, but I prefer the Queen that run Jamaica. Most
no, man, they understand politics, geopolitics, and we have to move, though. We have to move,
yeah.
Yeah, man, blessing. Yeah.
I have a dream that one day I'll track and field stop.
Teenage and IRFM, that's what they call them, and we go through the places, you know, so little more from this is the stepping razor, the art of war. This brother here have me aware where them call woman Jezebel and witch. You know what I mean? Like, why them politicians love, I mean, you know, I would like some gun drawing in there. You know, I would like some people draw some gun in the parliament there. Because, I don't know, people call people drunk, people call people Jezebel, people call people dirty labor, right? I mean, I tell you, yes.
Yeah, my Musa Motor.
Yes, sir.
Well, I'm there for work tonight, but you know, I listen to the program. My first time I call still, you know. This brother have been really sit up, because I said, I have to really make a talk still. Same brother I call about the craft people, and it's pretty here people who come and take over business and things.
When you say about pretty here, how you call pretty here? The Indian we don't have to catch up on the good pretty here.
Yeah, it's Syria and them still.
Okay.
But may I tell you from a direct background, because me happen for work down in Syria and I'm manager on them store. So when me touch some points and things, him touch the points them, but you know, him not really balance the equation, because as you said earlier, he might try to come with a solution, but when you really hit the solution, him run off it. Let me tell you, see my boss, downtown Kingston, me work, you know. Most of the time, them get the thing them on a cheaper price, yes, me not lie. But you have to know, so when you have customer come in a store, and them don't know, say, look, if they walk 3 more store, they maybe can get a $2,000 or $1,500, $1,000 I think. Most of the time, you find out, say, yo, here I go, and you have to sell it thing and make like a $1,500 anything. Because if a man come and he want 10 pieces of goods and he buy an entire bedroom set, you can't price per item. So when you lose half of one item, you are going to make you back half of one next item. Because a man don't already give all item for $10, you know. And you say, here I go. You say, I can buy so much thing, may get that for $7. No else you can't get that cheaper. So when you lose half of one, you make back half of the next one. You want the bulk of money where you are collecting your money in front of your eye. And then what you pressure where you get to sell the thing, them, you know, because competition stiff on the market, you know. Day-to-day competition stiff. But me tell you, stiff, if you sell a little item, the people, I know you buy again, you know, them buy it in a debut again, you know.
You know me blame the government for them have this World Trade Organization thing where the free trade, like anything goes. So you see, when we have something, when a craftsman sit down and spend all a month and carve something, the Indian guy or the China guy just take it, carry go to Taiwan or Taiwan, or carry it go up there so and duplicate. I've made in Jamaica upon it and sell it like say the real thing. Yeah. And the real thing is one of a kind. So you sell it for $1,000. He must sell him thing for $300. And the tourist feature them might get the real thing because them see it mark made in Jamaica. While when them go to the craft market now, and hear the man say $1,000, the man say, no, but the Indian man don't let's have it the same thing for $300. And you can't tell the man say it's not the real thing because you did craft the thing. And the Indian boy carry it go foreign, go make multiply it and bring it come along here back and sell it like say it's real Jamaican thing. And that's a go on now. If you go in at the Indian store, them a whole heap of things in there and a Jamaican make it and a Jamaican make it.
But Mr. Mouta, I'm tell you one thing when I mash up with Jamaican them and them not realize. You see loyalty in a business world, in a did so. A man who come at your furniture shop, for example. Say, alright, you go and buy a mountain. Man shop a police man if you carry come at your place and that make business bad. So instead if you take 2 steps forward, you take 3 steps backward because they can't recommend nobody to you.
Yeah, that no. You see,
and it's a mentality, you know.
Yeah, we need some business etiquette in a informal trading thing, you know, like, you know, because we see how them work, you know.
Yeah.
We see how them work because a man now we all sit down there with a tourist now and a tourist come and you as a person now come from Kingston and him all out by you wicked and I know him all out by the tourists.
Tell the man. But me tell us where you go for buy a thing most of the time because me done a business over 8 years now. And I learn over time. So most of the people who come now who have money. But me tell them when they come and approach you, them not approach you in a way for you say boy, you know, say this is a money dude. Then come and look at ragged and look like them never want a thing. Yeah. And them a compare the price, them and them say, how much for that? And you feel like they can't buy it. And them say, you know, say, $20 for that. Yeah. And them say, oh, 20. And I say, alright. And them look around back and something again. And them say, how much for all that? And you're going to feel like, say, boy, yeah, them now buy. Right now, the people them will buy, and them look ragged this. And them don't know the price of everything already. And they know when you carry them wild. Then watch about the language, you know, because you see most Jamaicans feel like they can grow on people. You know? Indian and training, you know.
Yeah, let me tell you something, Bridget. Ethiopia, it's the Ethiopia market.
Yeah.
And the biggest market me ever going in the world. You understand? When I say big market, I talk about bigger than Kingston. The market alone. Alright. Now here one now. You see when you're going to them places, because you have to get used to the thing, you know.
Yeah.
If you're not used to it, you spend this when you look on a shaman now and a man tell you say, boy right now, him want $20 feet.
Yeah.
And in a yourself, you know, say, through your tourist, I'm going to tell you $20, you know. And you will say, no, so I'm not, you know, $20, and you walk where, him run you down, you know.
Yeah, man.
Him call you back, you know, and carry you go in him shop, and give you cheer if you sit down, and tell him people them to go get tea for you, and put you around the table, and you and them sit down and say, all right, how much you want to pay for it? And you're there, you bargain, I mean, say bargain, you know, Bridget. That is an art in Africa, you know. You have to know for bargain in Africa, you know. Like Jamaica, when a man tell you that, you say no, and them say, and you're done, you know. Them man, they make you feel like, say, boy, right, them go carry all, go home, go give all something, you know.
Yeah,
it's when you go say, all right, now. Me never really take to pay $20 fee, but you are now. Me I go give you, you say, well, if him tell you $20, it means, it value half the price where he must say. So you like now you say, all right, I'll give you $10 fee. And then say, oh man, no, why you want to do that to me? Why you want to do that to me? I say, what you mean you not do that? $10 may I give you fee. Little more him say, all right, okay. Him give you the $10. You know when you gone, you know how much fee it? At $3.
But remember, me tell you something, I'm a sales manager, you know. Sales manager. So we should have thought everything over radio still. But
why not talk it over the radio? Why not talk it over the radio? A trick's in trade and you have to know better people them know the trick.
Because you're not going to sell the goods for under your price. Never.
No care what you do.
Me tell you still how that can apply. Them have to buy a package of things.
Yes, a whole heap of things.
And them know directly say, even if them a smart shopper, them know that because if you have a smart shopper and the only thing you have to do is give them a lead pan 2 item and overtake them up pan 3, you know.
Of course.
And them now know, them can't know. An idea still, me tell you, Mr. Mouta, you see, your business knowledge and how you deal with people, that say a lot, you know, because man, you know, say a thing by the 10 and I even give you 15 because of your service, you know.
Of course.
So you see, when you do business, you have to just look for everybody equal.
Then watch you know. All right, when them have the Black Friday thing, and them say everything must go slash to all 60%.
Yeah.
When you go in at the store and you see the thing that tells you $1,000, I know it will sell for $40. You and yourself really believe, say, the man will sell it. I sell it under price where he buy it for. Not a blouse and skirt of that.
Then we make like 5% off of them thing, but that have to just rotate the stock.
Yes, of course, because it start get old and it's too long. Him just say, make a cut and slash that.
Then all them Black Friday thing they still, you know, is a group farm and say, yo, here we go. You see, if you want to get them thing off of your hand, just still go them fair price. You might make a little money, but you see money you make where you spend it for than the thing them there in a place and damage. So you get rid of them thing there. If you make $1,000 per each item, you still not lose $1,000 per item.
It name quick sale, small profit.
Quick sale, small profit.
That's how it name, quick sale, small profit.
Yeah, because it don't make no sense. Watch you now. You have a thing where you spend $10 for if you can get $12 feet. The longer you make it stay there, more possibility if you get damage and you lose it and sell if you all get $1, you know.
All right.
So if you get the $2 and get the thing go, I don't know problem. That's why Indian we can sell the thing them for them price there. And them no lose and they have customer come back and think that them get a bargain.
Yeah.
But when you have a customer like them where come, once you get them loyalty and say, all right, how much for this? Them stop come ask the price now because I come to you directly and say, oh yeah, hear me?
Yeah.
You know, say more and trade this and trade that and you say, you see the one, yeah? Anything you tell them and believe, you know.
Yeah.
So you say, all right, give me $40. Them say, boy, they never bother each because they say they know, so if you give them a price, like best.
Man, give thanks, Bridget, yeah?
Yeah, man, big up yourself.
Yeah. Blessed.
We're going motor.
Cutting edge.
I'll tell you. You see, we're going in a parliament there.
The Jezebel thing.
Minimum wage.
Oh, the minimum wage part. Well, another thing too, right? There's so much things. Every week a different thing.
It's the way where the two politicians them, where them go on within there. When them announce minimum wage, you think them know what them do?
I mean, them know what them
are. It's a side show.
Them still don't agree with it, man.
It's a side show them are trying to create to take the people in mind off of the reality
of the thing
of what them do.
Where's that $600?
That $600 where it reached to is not livable in a this economical climate in the Jamaican economy right now.
So suppose them never get the raise, what them would do? Me just throw that out. Suppose them never get the raise.
How long is every 2 years now?
No, but me hear people say $1 can't do this and $600. Well, when them do that do before them get the $600?
Well, a $5,600 did there.
No, man, I say, but when them did that do before them get that? Before them get the addition, right? When them did that do? Or them did that survive?
Them did that live on the $5,600.
Okay.
You know.
But me hear people that shout now and say, boy, $600 can't go a shop. But them did that go a shop before them get the $600.
And now it gone to $6,200. It's even worse.
Well, if you have 40-hour week,
yeah, but
to be honest, to me personally, if somebody work 40 hours that way there, a $10,000 is in order.
Are they say supposed to there?
I mean, that's small still, but $10,000 for 40-hour week.
Are they say supposed to the motor?
Yeah.
But if you look, if I give you a brief history of minimum wage, as you say, history is the thing will guide you.
Guide you, yeah.
Right? If it's just a minimum wage over the last 20 years between the two political parties them when them in the office. You have a 7-year period where the people never getting a raise.
Nothing. Everything what them call it freeze. Yeah, freeze.
Saying?
Yeah.
And then now since the PMP coming in office now is that every 2 years a biannual thing.
Yeah.
So the little raise of them give now, where them give this a year, a $300 for 1 year and $300 for the next year.
But you know, the person, but you know, the nurse, the man, them thing, they accept the 7% thing, man. So, I mean, we can't even bother talk about that, you know, because...
Yeah, but 7% at $10,000, and the same percent at 7% at $1,000, you know.
No, I mean, no, but the 7% was small for them, because you remember them did that... Reel up and let the government just water them down. And make them just accept the thing because them say, we can't come off of the truck. When you go and feel it, this is IMF thing and this area, what will happen?
Another IMF alone?
No, I never say alone, but I say the IMF, and I have single out the IMF, yeah. Them go feel it.
I mean, I tell you, the IMF alone,
yeah.
The ZigV thing where our command, you know.
Yeah.
You see the people, all of the people who catch a chicken gun, yeah.
Yeah.
Them better
but
try
it no must reach, I tell you, no. It no must reach.
Make this ZigV all them.
It no must reach, yeah.
It no must reach, yeah.
No, it no must reach, man. Where you laugh? Where you laugh, Bridget? You make me a laugh, too. You make me a laugh, too. Where you laugh at?
Because it's going to reach here.
It no must reach.
All right. We know what's it.
Watch out, man. Remember, say, the master can touch Jamaica and just listen that way, you know.
Really no.
Oh, you mean really no? The master can just touch that. You know, some of the prime minister will believe in the master touch.
Really no.
Yeah, man. Just touch you and just say, all right. I show some come on.
Oh, yeah, I say. But I give Jamaica the buy for drink.
Me I tell you, the whole of lot of diarrhea.
I tell you, Muta, it's when this ZigV reach way.
Yeah.
It's all of the people who did catch the chicken gun, yeah.
Like Brian, I was saying, couldn't catch chicken gun, yeah. And the man, up to now, the man I walk funny.
Hello.
What?
Man, you ever see joke what up now, Muta?
Yeah.
My mama tell you, but it's a wickedness for the people them right now.
Terrible, man. Terrible.
Economical slavery, terrible and dread.
Yeah. No, we have to work it out still. We have to work it out. Blessed?
Bless.
Yeah, man. We have to work it out. Anyway. Okay. Here goes.
Well, some people like to dismiss slavery like it was nothing. But you see, the people perish when there's no vision.
The people perish when there's no vision.
Tell me mother, tell me father, Jesus Christ, I come. In slavery days, them change the ways. Tell me who for praise, control.
With them gun, divide and rule is the game. A terrible thing. But we're there, I shine a light, and as we are a burn a fire. Fire can't burn fire, so make sure it says it's fire.
Africa had great kings and queens, you should know. Search your history, it will show. If you know not from whence you came, you are doomed to live in shame. Great kings of Africa.
Yours truly, Dennis Brown and I Kamoze, great kings of Africa. Yes, Hill.
Hello.
Yeah, blessed.
Blessed.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. This is Neil from Farm Up, Jamaica.
All right, give thanks, man.
How everything?
Everything is everything. Going through.
Good. So here you're talking about food prices and merchandise prices.
Yeah. Merchandise you don't talk about, but you want to talk about food, so we can't talk about food. We can't talk about food.
I tell you, last year I see something. It was lettuce for $700 a pound in Jamaica. Now, I live in America half of the year, and never seen lettuce for more than about $1.29 retail in a supermarket. And I went to a supermarket in Clarendon and saw it for $700. That would be equivalent of about $6.80 a pound.
$6 and something.
Yeah. I wonder at that point, really, I mean, in America, let's just say, people can afford to buy that, even at the $6 price.
The farmers is subsidized in America too.
Well, let's say that they are, but it is an imported lettuce. So the lettuce that I'm telling you about...
imported lettuce. I mean, imported lettuce I talk about, but when I say in America,
yeah,
certain things can sell cheaper because the farmer is subsidized.
But what I'm saying to you now,
yeah,
that landed here in Jamaica,
it sells for more, but because it's imported.
But where does the margin come from?
Where does the lettuce come from? The margin, which one? A guy put on it where man put on it. What you mean? Him not that.
Oh, okay.
Him not put anything where man put on. No regulated there.
It's not regulated.
No, regulated. A man can't sell anything. Watch out, I say 2 cucumber sell for $500, man.
2 what?
2 cucumber. in the supermarket. $300, $400 for 2 cucumber.
Wow.
Yeah, man, I see that.
Wow. Well, you know, I'm hoping that, you know, the work that we are doing here can bring even organic food into the market for affordable price. I mean, I'm not saying it's going to be the cheapest thing around.
The problem with that is that the organic food I sell for more than the fertilized food too.
I understand, and we know that this is where our challenge will come in, because the supermarkets or the mega marts or whoever it is that they will have full access of, you know, of putting their price on it. But our idea was to try and bring something affordable to the market.
Yeah, but by the way,
yeah.
All the farm down at Westmoreland ago, it's supposed to start reap up enough, you know.
We are harvesting ginger as we speak. Well, not now in the night.
Yeah. How wise?
Well, we're harvesting ginger on that farm. Okay. But then we have another farm that we work with, farmer I should say, that we work with in South Manchester.
Yeah.
And that particular farmer is planting watermelon, tomatoes.
In a Westmoreland, let's see here?
No, that's South Manchester.
Oh, because I come down, I go do some poultry thing down at Nigwil. Then at a mountain, I plan for park. I go load up the back of my van. You could have deal with all them farmers that make start farm more and all them something. All you too. Me need to get some things from you. So I come on Nigwil the end of the month, yeah. I drive, come down, and I expect my van to full up of things and I come back.
Well, you already know. If you're going Westmoreland...
Yeah, man, Westmoreland and Nigville, they are Westmoreland, man.
We have some sugar cane in one area.
No, I don't want no sugar cane. Sugar cane.
Hold on, no. We have sugar cane in one area. I'm talking about Westmoreland now. So we have a ackee farm in Westmoreland. We have a ginger farm in Westmoreland. And we have a sugar cane plantation that we work with in Westmoreland.
When I'm just in the sugar plantation, when I want I have enough cane.
Organic.
No, man. I have enough cane right on my yard if I build whatsoever I want. What I talk about now is the vegetable that I want. Plus sucker. Yeah. So, I'm going to pass through. No, you could have deal, I'm going to pass through.
No problem.
Yes.
You know, you're welcome. So, but I'll tell you, so that whole tourist, we were brought the tourists them in and planted up the ginger. I'm going to tell you, you might ask, what was the impact of that?
Yeah, tell me.
And I'm going to tell you what it did in that community is that it inspired a lot more farmers to go into farming.
Okay,
people that weren't farming in years. When them see the white man them down there, I dig up the soil and thing. It's like them
shame them. Them have to go do something.
Yeah, man. Them say, boy, how them love it so and I smile up and I laugh.
It's a pity. So white people have to come do that to make them do it. You know, it's terrible, man.
It's a pity, but guess what? Yeah. We need the inspiration at this point. Yeah. Anything, to me, any tool is a tool.
Yeah, me don't say no, you know. Me don't say it was a pity, you know. Me don't say no, but, you know, it was a pity that have happened. It's like sometimes, you know, and people say me a madman. And when we play the tape here, them I say, right, you know, like, you know, the white people, them never say it, they won't believe me. Anyway, give thanks, brethren.
Blessed.
Yeah, man. Alright.
And when you're coming down Westmoreland, give me a heads up.
No, we're not giving no heads up, you know. We'll come check you, but we're not giving no heads up.
Oh, okay. No heads up.
Yeah, all right. Yeah. I live language in the work, you know, Brian. Give man a heads up, you know. We can't work with heads up. All right, here goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, blessed.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, man, I hear you, man.
Yeah, man, greetings. Kind of terrible tonight.
Yeah, I hear you, man. I hear you.
Oh, but you know what, you see on the energy thing now, who understand Jamaica have options where them can do better with them energy uses and the environmental science, the way them deal with the cleanliness and certain things in our island. You understand?
Yeah.
Yeah, because them garbage thing what you have to talk about. I mean, they are foreign, so that kind of sound horrendous. So They pollute the place and I deal with the island. That's horrible, you know.
You know, in America, them say the amount of plastic bottle where Americans you can go around the world 200 times.
Yeah, for real, man. You know, say
per year.
England,
Terrible.
In England, during the black plague, the bubonic plague, was caused by hand cleanliness because people fell off sick without sanitation. And then it the whole nation, So a lot of the things them that Jamaica practice will turn on and haunt them, you know, disrespecting nature, disrespecting themselves. It must turn on and hurt them.
Of course.
You know, things that they have to consider, you know, moving forward in the future.
Yeah, man.
But what me really want to say, you know, I want to bring up a point with the youth them because, like God has said, if we don't create a race of youth par excellence in the science and certain things, there's no way we're going to overcome the evil perils of modern materialism. So, the youth them have to know that it's great that, you know, we create the farming and marketing, but we need some technological youth to go there and deal with science and get involved.
I agree with you. Too much. You know, me an artist, but me not say me an only artist, but we have a whole heap of artists about the place. We need some scientists.
Yeah, for real, because me at school, I got my study still, you know, engineering science with renewable, wind energy, all of those things, you know, because that's really the future, that's where the money is, you know, and you have to really understand, you know, most I want to pay 3 times a week for electricity in Jamaica than we pay in America, and Jamaica is not a country with an economy like the U.S. And there's always an option. You have solar blow up in Jamaica like crazy every day. I'm looking at the news. Solar all over the place. They have a resort in Hanover with some company from Spain coming there, 2.3 megawatts.
Yeah, but if I'm not wrong, I think digital building is solar energy. You know, and I don't know if it's true, but I think so. Digital building downtown, the headquarters.
Yeah, man, it's great. And there's one in Manchester I just read about recently. I don't know if you heard about it. 28 point something megawatts and build a wind turbine up here. Third phase project, which them have up here. And that's our money, you know, and that's going straight to GPS where the normal person, like I about the lights in your house have flicker. Lights in your house have to flicker better. A couple solar panels on your roof, some battery in your house, you back up the thing and LED lights and then we're there. You know, it's things to think about because we're in an economic world and a penny saved is a penny earned. So if you can eliminate and minimize your expenses, your bottom line is bigger, your net profit is more. So all the people down there, them are blame, them are buy clothes, them are buy big cars. Your car can't make no money for you, brethren. When you're going to spend how much money on your car and you're going to put a couple solar panels on your roof and, you know, make it thing real because you have to pay for life. Unless you have to go back and go use kerosene lamp and candle and all them things there. You know, things to consider about. You buy all these clothes and all this jewelry and all these things. You don't really think about your life while JP is getting richer every day.
You know the problem. You know the problem with the jewelry there, where Jamaican people buy. It's expensive, but it's not valuable. You know, it's expensive jewelry, but it's not valuable. And Jamaican people, them understand how you can buy jewelry or anything, even furniture, and you can sell it back at a price because of the artistic nature of the furniture, of the jewelry. You know, see, that's why you see people buy all art for $1 million and $2 million. When you go and look at it and say, what kind of thing that is? But you have things that is expensive where people buy, you know, but it's not quality. It's not quality.
Exactly, don't have any intrinsic value because there's no workmanship.
No workmanship. It's just a little machine that do a thing. You understand? So that is part of the problem too. As you say, we have fully expensive, this are expensive, that, and it no value nothing. It have no quality, no aesthetic, nothing. Yeah. Chinese, made in China thing.
Yeah, they bring up that topic, which is a very valid point. And, you know, an investment, you work hard for your dollars, so you have to know what you invest in and what it's going to be valued. Years from now, you know, something you can hand on to your kids or your grandkids.
Of course, definitely.
The value of it really appreciate it, not depreciate, because on a plastic made in a Taiwan, made in a China, or broke up, and then, you know, you can easily replace it. Certain things you can't replace. I see a person that bring antique furniture And them actually use the hammer and certain things and beat the wood to make the wood look big. So it have more value. Look at those things, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Anyway, give thanks, Bridget, we have to move.
All right.
Yeah, man, that's a serious thing. We need to have value. Yes.
Help the next generation chase their dreams while you chase yours. Grace is giving away.
Yeah,
Muta.
Blessed.
You hear me, brethren?
Yeah, man, I hear you, man.
Yeah, man, did I see that the big capital city downtown?
Yeah, man. I mean, the big capital city, like some go a city. Yeah, man. When I look about some business, you know?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. That better the way that DJ with Dennis Brown. When name again?
Ayn Kamoze.
Yeah, a long time in a year. Me still be about?
I don't know, a long time I don't see him. I'm about still,
high time.
Eh?
In high time. Remember that?
Long town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For them time, me not hear about him again.
No, man, I wait at him, man. I time a long time, and then remember him rise up with a big hit at stepper, and he got hit on billboard and get big, man.
Oh.
That's a long after high time, man.
Yeah. Like your music that you play, though. You play some Irish music.
Yeah, man. Give thanks, man. Give thanks.
Yeah, man.
All right?
Yeah, man. Cool, brother.
Yeah, man. Yes. Here we go now. This tune again. Yeah, blessed.
Barbara and Water.
Cutting edge.
No, man. I like how you deal with the thing, you know.
All right, sir.
Yeah, man. You're more asking Water.
Yeah.
Then, Lord, yeah, remember Parliament with gun in our place, eh?
No, you know, but one of them could have want to put them gun in there, you know what I mean? The guy want to say, oh, it's a boy over there, so watch me on it. No, me don't know, you know, me don't know. Maybe not.
Well, it was if he said them in loaded with gun more time.
Man, that dead in there long time. Man, that dead in there long time.
Dead people die in the
You cannot imagine that. You cannot imagine that Lisa and Doka and Chi.
Mota, you know what I'm me feel say Mr. Wilmington coach still, you know.
No, man, I'm not crazy, man.
There's something wrong, man. You don't look good, though.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy because one man can't talk.
Pig in a pen yet.
Eh?
One only for pig in a pen. Everybody one only for pig in a pen and make nice.
Yeah, man, all the while.
I see with the sound, man. You don't sound good.
Man, them terrible, man.
Me tell you, man. Me I will pan it on the TV, man. Me the rate in the motor.
You know what? Yeah, when we say him is a what them call it? Something like a relic. Him look on Charles, Pernell Charles, Omar Davis. Say him look on Pernell Charles and say him is a irrelevant relic. In the house, you know. In a parliament, him say he's an irrelevant relic. And then him say, when women say, apologize to him, no. All right. He's not a relic, he's irrelevant.
The man can't control himself, motor.
No, them like no control.
The man, them Lego.
Them is Lego beast, them don't have no behavior, man.
Trust me, man. You know what that's what when him Sybil Jack.
Yeah.
A man like that one, two of that, man.
Yeah.
You remember it?
Oh, you mean remember it? That way I tell, man. You know what you want to do? You want to lock up the whole of them in there and bolt up the door of them and left them in there and turn on the heater.
But motor, they're not setting an example for younger generation, then.
Which younger generation? Who business about younger generation? Them not business about younger generation.
It's a shame and disgrace.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I just don't clean put the still in a motor.
Yeah. In prison, just be a call woman Jezebel and witch, though. Believe you me.
No, man. You don't look good, man. I wonder if you have wife and pick me also.
Oh, but then wait there. When Fenton Ferguson did say the picnic them, him call it's not really picnic. And him say, but I have children too who went through the same thing, you know, family who went through the same thing. But him don't say it already.
Yeah.
And him apologize, that make it good.
Then give him all one that post away his can't manage.
Yeah, can't go over labor this or no.
Him can't manage him.
But him in a problem I know because them put the weight thing at 600 and everybody vex.
Yeah, and his face don't look good to any man on you know. Funny about that.
Enough story.
But you know what, Mr. Dolly, I know. Mr. Dolly. Yeah, you hear me?
Yeah, man, I hear you, man.
In a film division, I know one place named Mace River, Clarendon. You know them places that kill it on them places?
No, talk. Me don't know them place, but talk.
Well, boy, I tell us right now, brother. I hope him knows you appear sick people up there, you know.
The Zig V?
Minister of Health.
Where's the Zig V reach up there?
I hope he... Zig grabble, man. Grabble, there's somebody that grab in the road, man. I tell us, man. Give us a condition on the road, motor.
Everyone on the road bad now, man. Everyone on the road bad. We swap, me don't know. We swap for walk and still.
Up in a Clarendon and road town, Mace River, them place, man. That's a terrible, man, I tell you, man.
Yeah.
Wicked, man. And if I don't remember minutes, you just all dust. People are watching dead up there, man.
Yeah, I don't know what
The wicked, man. The wicked.
True, man. It look like all the road. We swap for walk and stilt. You know stilt?
How are you, man?
We swap for walk and stilt, go home.
Why? I pay my people, what I am in my parliament, them mad, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, them mad, man. Crazy, man.
All right, yeah, man, give thanks, man. Yeah, may I tell you, it's a serious thing. And everybody have Black Road now. Everybody have some black, or some people block a bridge. Me just look at it and say, yes. Some people block a bridge, you know, and the people them have to walk over the old car and them for go which part they go. And them try to tell the people them say, you know, you are impeding traffic and this and that. Fix the people them road. That's what them impede traffic. Impede the traffic. Fix the people them road. Anyway, we continue the journey musically.
We are the ones we've been waiting. We are the ones.
That me I remember the performance of me and them do. You know, say me have to go find the recording there where me and them do in Washington. Me have to find the recording there. Believe you me. Or me can't make them think they slip out of me and Rasta. You know the problem with them thing there? Me go all there and there you go hear say it's a big hit. It's a big hit, it come out, you know. I don't know how them things can pass me, you know. How me make that pass me now. Sweet Honey in the Rock performance with Mutabaruka. I mean, not have the recording of that. Wow. Yes, EL.
Greetings.
Where about I laugh? Where about I laugh, man?
Because I just talk about dead.
That is a laughing thing, eh?
Yeah. Me hear that thing there, you know. I don't believe in it, you know.
What you don't believe in it, what you mean? That's
me know
either. Me know either. But it's inevitable.
Are you Congo?
No, wait a man, we don't come off for that.
We not come off for it.
Oh, you run off for that, so we don't run off for that, man. Wait there. That is not something you believe in, you know. That is inevitable.
You know,
inevitable.
You know, it just the word sounds still. But me
no, but you know, what you say something now?
It is with a passion.
The way me know in it, me can't talk about it. The way me know in it. Me no fear it.
Me understand them levels there.
Yeah, me don't talk about it because me not really in it.
Yeah, me understand them levels there.
Me could come off fight now then.
Yeah, man, let me come off it.
Yeah.
Rebel salute. Yeah. Preservation of reggae music. Give thanks it come and, you know, it happened. And, you know, the musical part of it, you know, the meditation just moves there and how Kete is so rare in the music.
In the music, yeah.
In the music, yeah.
By the way, are the biggest rebel salute.
What you say? Are the biggest rebel salute?
Yeah. Where you laugh again? I never said dead. Where you laugh? I never said dead. It's the biggest reggae salute. Reggae salute. No, why you laugh? Why you laugh? Why you laugh?
No, me laugh because you know, one might say differently, you know.
Well, you know, me not a rebel. Me hear say that, you know.
Yeah, me know.
A rebel say the biggest rebel salute, the most attended rebel salute.
Or the most attended.
Yeah, man, attended. When you say big, you know, you talk about people, you know. What about a laugh again for Virgin? I never said that.
In that way, they attend that.
Wait, when a man say at the biggest show, it means that the amount of people there are the biggest attendance show. So
the number, the turnout.
Yeah, so when Rebel say at the biggest one, it means that the turnout was the biggest for the 2 nights.
So give thanks. Give thanks. Because at the end of the day, you know, that's what it's all about.
Yeah, man. Improvement.
Yes, indeed. I will look forward to more elevation too, you know.
So that's you know the Kete part of the show now.
Yeah, man, the Kete really reggae music, man. It no, man. The Kete need a revival in reggae music, man. It's very rare. Very rare. We notice it so much at that gathering there, you know, because it's a gathering that have as motto the preservation of reggae music. And we are specifically talking about reggae music. Because it's very rare reggae music.
I want to agree with you.
True, man. And it's not a pleasant sight. Because we know the vibration of Kete in reggae music. You know, people who may concern to take stock and let me deal with it, man. Because the players of Kete is not there. I personally is a Kete player, and I know other ones who just can't deal with it. You know, accompany any reggae music. You know, we got the veteran Kete them come right down the line over the years, and you know it's sad to see how it like it almost extinct. No, man, it can't go on, so man.
All right, we have a put it forward. Me hear you.
Yeah, man.
Give time.
Listen me now.
Yeah.
The national, the Jamaica's minimum wage, yeah? It's sad.
Yeah.
It's very sad. Compared to other regions to other places in the region, the Caribbean, you know? That CARICOM. You know, say, they go Barbados. It's like we got 2-1 in the US currency.
Yeah, but you know they recognize Barbados. Them don't recognize Barbados as a third world country.
Repeat that.
You didn't know that? Them don't recognize Barbados as a third world country.
Because of the economy? England because of the economy?
Yeah, because, and what them call it? What them call it?
Okay, me have idea what you talk about. But in the rest of the region,
No, I want to remember it. I go sound like me.
The G something or the other?
GDPR. Gross domestic product, yes.
Yeah, man, yeah. Even with even in the Eastern Caribbean, $2.00 to one. Stable for years. $2.00 by a US. You know, the minimum wage is like 50 something US dollar. 50 something US dollar. Wait there now.
But wait, suppose them never raise it. Who did that say it too little bit? Who would that come up now and say it too little bit? Because it raised why people are saying too little bit.
Not really, but it's too little all the time, even though this rate to go on, it's still too little.
When I say we should not lick out against it all the time, that it can do better when them raise it. But when them raise it, we say too little bit and then we're done. And then
I agree. The people need to be consistent in their agitation. Because people work hard, watch out.
If they advocate continuously, when them raise it, it wouldn't be $600, but you will advocate and then stop.
Yeah.
Like next week, you never hear about it.
Yes, they put on the little pittance there and then the people get quiet and feel
so when
a fundamental raising take place. But nothing like that, man. It's still terrible, man.
No, me don't say not terrible. Me don't say anytime we have these things, we should continue the advocacy.
I agree, and I'm saying I agree with the eye. The agitation should be continuous. Not just, because you're talking about payment for service. I mean, the people go work 5 days a week, these load of hours, and have got these load of expenses, transport, this, that, food, this,
all right, we have to move on now, because we have to play a tune for you before the night, though. We have to play a tune for you.
Yeah, man, this time talking about tune, Remember that tune that with like Steel Points, from the tribute to the Martin album,
All right, so we're gonna play that tune after you like it. That's Sister Poet Data. Here goes. It's the moment to want to yell up, me hungry. Yes, because I know some always hungry when I do this program, but me hungry, I always make sure I'm not hungry. The man is here for him program, Matrix. Matrix, how are you, man?
I bless, man. I good, man.
I know you say I know where the cab.
The eye.
All right, so you hear me say no, brethren. If you grow your beard, make sure so your head no ball, Because I start get you hear what I say now? I start get afraid of people who have bald and beard. Because I look for him knapsack for having certain things. So if you know so you grow a beard, better you have ear by your head. You hear, sir? And if you don't have no ear by your face, if you don't have no ear by your head, don't have no ear by your face.
That's true.
You understand? Yes, because I don't trust people with them head bald and them have ear by them face. Me do some profiling right now, Me do profiling, brethren. Because I know they say the man them with ear by them face. Them have a different thinking. Them have knapsack on them back. And when you open them shirt, you see a whole heap of wires. Some whole heap of wires. Look like they have them computer them back and some things where forget with. So make sure you're not brethren, because you come in here with beard by your face and body, Me gonna make sure that me have my things. Yeah, that's right. So you're right, we still come forward, from 2 o'clock to 5:45 with the stepping razor, the art of war. And we just, I said to you, things that get warm in the political area there. Things that get warm because peer problem are going in St. Elizabeth. It's there now. My boy Raymond now have to move. And I will say, when name? My boy, the tricky. When name again? Crawford. I make certain move, we look like him. I feel like, say, PNP party kind of get backward, and him too progressive. One certain. So the youth them, I look on these things and I say, why? But the youth them when at the party, it look like the old people them now left the thing to the youth them. Cause them old feet them don't know when to say enough is enough, Them don't know when to say enough is enough. You understand? Them want to rule till them dead and nothing can go so. Nothing cannot go so. Where one man is this till all. See in America. Two term, 8 years, and that is it. No matter how great you is, from 2 term you're gone. In a certain place in Africa, you have some man where our prime minister for all 40, 50 years, you say, wait, is where I go on. Them no want to give up power, and that power corrupt them. So we hope, say, Jamaican people, how much time we going to hope that? Can't bother hope no again because stiff-necked people, them so stiff-necked that all when they think blatantly, all when the trick in them face, them no see say it's a trick. It's like the scammer them and the people them are foreign. How the hell you no enter nothing. You no pay no money for win no money. You no buy no ticket for nothing. and a man call you from a little island and say, look here, you win so much, such and such a money, you know. Send 5,000. I tell you, me not that them thing there, no. A man save the whole life money in his life. And a man call him from foreign and tell him, say, look here, you just won clearing house $5,000 every week. And you say, so where you calling from? I call from Jamaica. And you come foreign, right? Yeah, man, all you got to do is just send money and you will get $5,000 every week. You like a idiot guy in a bank and draw out your money. What kind of man is? You just won a Mercedes Benz. All you got to do, just play the clearance. The clearance is $1,000. You know, enter nothing.
But some of them get all put on payment plan.
I end up a come like I come married too.
1 year them have
I end up a come like I come married like a coat. A madness. A really madness. Anyway, we are going to play this tune from a virgin named Zuri Adija. Zuri Adija. We're going out to that tune here.